All right, here we fucking go. What's the channel name? Tonka Saw. All right, so everyone get your fucking OBS is ready for this shit. Ooh. All right. Ooh, this is bad. Ooh, fuck. I can't believe this is happening.
This will be fun.
This is entirely too big for my channel, but okay.
He's just getting on his high chair.
Oh, no, 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 no.
Andy, start with some banter before anything's even begun.
It's all that Kumite, and he can't stop.
What am I doing in here? What's up?
What's up, bud?
I just woke up, dude. What's going on?
Hey, man.
Hey, what did you first want to talk? Like you said, give me 30 minutes with you. What's up for that?
Do it here. I just wanted to chat for a little bit.
Oh, if you want to do it after, we can. But
Andy, I actually wanted to ask Steve a couple questions.
Oh, sure.
Dude, are you looking at Twitter? Have you checked your Twitter today?
Yeah, I woke up with like 4,000 responses or whatever.
All right, yeah. So this guy, and I've legit never seen this before, so I really want to get your thing on it.
Yeah, sure.
Dude put up a bunch of screen caps saying DesTiny's little gang were involved in grooming a 12-year-old.
Oh yeah, the baby Mickey shit. Yeah, so
what is that? Like, what's the story on that?
So basically, we ran into this weird issue. It said 2015, but I thought this was long ago. But we ran into this issue where there was somebody in chat claiming to be like a 12-year-old girl. We've had people do this before where they like pretend to be like a little girl because kids are into fucking lolicon or some crazy fucking perverted shit. I don't know. But we thought that it was a fake at first. Like there's no way that this is actually like a 12-year-old chick. So I think a couple people like goaded her like, oh, like get on Skype and stream a game or some shit. And she did. And we found out, oh shit, it's actually like a 12-year-old chick. That's really weird. And then my community went through like some really weird shit where we had to decide like whether or not we should ban this person or not. Some people were making the argument that having like underage girls in the chat was really weird and that we should ban them. But then other people were making the argument like, well, we have like 13, 14, 15-year-old guys that view our stream. Do we just ban somebody just for being an underage girl? So we went back and forth on that for a while. But then there were like chat logs that were getting leaked that were really fucking weird, where people were like, I know that different people have different interpretations of what like the word grooming means, but people that were too old that were talking to her in ways that weren't like outright sexual, but were just really creepy. So I think at the end of the day, we just we ended up banning, like perma-banning a few people, and then we just banned her because there was some really weird shit going on with her too.
No, they said that the she got banned, the Milku or whatever the fuck her name is.
Yeah.
But they said that a mod later came in and unbanned her.
Well, she got banned and unbanned a couple times. I think originally my main mod banned her, and then I think I unbanned her because it just seemed weird to ban somebody just because they were a 12-year-old girl. And then I don't know how many times she got banned or unbanned because we went like back and forth on this for a while. But then ultimately, because of just weird shit that was happening, we decided to ban her. The weirdest part, and it's funny because I don't think anyone on Twitter even caught this. The most scandalous or weirdest part is that she released like this is why I think this happened way long ago, because I think on Ustream, she released a video where she was like moaning into the microphone or some shit. And it was just way too fucking weird. And I didn't want the FBI like trolling around in my chat, like looking for shit. So we just ended up banning her. And then everybody that we thought was like heavily involved in the grooming.
Yeah, because I saw comments where they were like, hey, you better do this within a few minutes. You better stream for us or else. Did you ban the people that were making the demands grooming her?
Most of them. I don't know if I banned those people. I would have to go back and look at the time. Like I said in the beginning, the whole point was just a lot of people didn't think it was actually a 12-year-old girl. We've had a few people in my chat who pretend to be, or like people will fuck around and pretend to be like underage chicks or whatever. So I think most of the people that were driving her to stream just wanted to see if it was actually a girl. So I don't think we banned those people, but I'd have to go back and read specifically. The people that ended up getting banned were the people that were like, that had really long PM histories with her and were saying things in chat that were just like, not like outright bad, but just too creepy for like a way that a 19-year-old should be talking to like a 12 or 13-year-old, like getting a little bit too close. I don't know how else.
So this wasn't you then? Like you weren't the one making her do streams and shit?
No.
Okay.
If I mean, like applying, or not to be mean, but like applying common sense, like if I was forcing her to do anything, those logs would be out immediately.
Oh,
right,
okay.
You know that
Then,
too, yeah.
yeah, there was another thing too, Brittany Vance, I'm sure, who's your favorite person on earth. Threw this up. Did you admit to jacking off or almost jacking off to pictures of a 15-year-old that were sent to you?
So
They
there
said
was
there
a
were chat
chat-
logs
Yeah,
confirming
so
that.
there's a chat log a long time ago that got leaked after I was a huge asshole to some chick. I called her ugly. I shouldn't have. It was a mistake on my end. But basically, in the course of this chat log, I was talking with a bunch of other esports guys, and we were basically talking about how crazy the fucking jailbait is in the gaming communities. It's ridiculous, or at least it was back then. I imagine it still is. And in the purview of that conversation, I think I said something along the lines of like, there are 15-year-old chicks that are like hot as fuck that will like try to send you pictures to like fuck you at events and shit. And it's like you have to be really careful when you navigate that. I've never sent pictures of 15-year-olds to somebody, and to my knowledge, I've never gotten underage pictures. I say that because I don't know if like an 18-year-old chick or 19-year-old chick lied and is 17 or some shit. But to my knowledge, I've never received underage pictures, and I've never passed around underage pictures.
So what is the admitting to jerking off to 15-year-olds then? What is that in relation to?
I never admitted to jerking off. I think I just said like this. I think the log is something like this 15-year-old chick was trying to send me or was sending me pictures of herself, and she was hot as fuck. It's like really hard to like turn down some of these people. I
Wait,
think I
how
said
old
some-
was she?
She said she was 15.
So you did get pictures from a 15-year-old.
Not nudes though. Sorry, I should specify.
Okay, but yeah, because you just said that no, you didn't get pictures from people.
Yeah, sorry.
Not that you knew.
I meant to. I'm talking about nudes when I'm talking about pics. But yeah, no, I know what she looked like. Like she sent me like her Facebook profile, and I think a couple pics of her like at the beach or some shit. But
In swimwear.
yeah,
So you're
Yeah,
getting
at the
swimwear
beach.
pics from 15-year-olds.
yeah, hell yeah, dude. This shit is fucking crazy. Shit is fucked. No, it's fucked, dude. I totally fully.
That is fucked up.
It's
Hey,
fun.
hey, DesTiny.
But again, like I've never fucked around with a 15-year-old or anybody underage. Like if that shit happened, you better believe that shit would have been leaked when I was in the StarCraft community.
Yeah, I just got two. I got two quick follow-ups to that because I
Yeah,
heard
go for
the JF stream last night. I don't know if you initially heard when I asked him about that on Warski stream, and Warski's brilliant response of how retarded was she, which is fucking monumental.
No.
to say in the middle of a
How-
conversation.
That's a
how
valid-
autistic?
It's a valid question. That's a valid question.
But yeah, okay. So I get what you were trying. Like I get the tact you were going with on that one. But
Thank you.
you brought up his prior marriages and children.
Mhm.
I just want, and I don't want to pry too much into your personal life. I'm not asking for names or ages or any of that shit.
Yeah.
But you have kids, correct?
I have one kid. Yeah.
Yeah. And you're in a relationship right now?
Not really. No, not at the moment.
Okay. So you're not with the mother of the child.
No.
Okay. So why was it such a big issue, or why was it such a subject of contention to bring up that JF had prior marriages that failed and that he had a child with somebody?
So I don't like to get into like the personal like comparisons or whatever, but so my relationship with my child's mom, our personal relationship was really bad, especially towards the end. But we were together for like 3 or 4 years, I think, before we had a child. And our relationship today is really good. I get my kid 4 days a week, and not even get him. Like we can trade him back and forth, whatever. We don't have a formal custody agreement. I see the mom almost every day. We trade Nathan back and forth. Sometimes we go out together. So my relationship with the mom and my kid are really good. I see him tons of times during the week and all that. The reason why I brought it up with JF, it's really not the marriage thing that kind of struck me as odd. It's that this is kind of shitty, but it's like when you put the whole picture together, I think that JF ends up looking like he has some sort of mental thing going on, or just has a pattern of really bad, not bad, but really creepy behavior. All of this self-admitted on his end. So like, He is 32 years old. He says that he went up and down the East Coast, fucking tons of girls. He says that he wanted, he says that he wanted to make every single one of them pregnant. That he was in love with every single one of them. He's been married 3 times. His last wife has a child, and according to the court documents, that last wife doesn't want him near the child because she claimed that he was obsessed with making babies and was a harasser or really aggressive or something. I don't remember the exact word that was used. And then now you've got JF trying to get another girl that he's lived with for 3 weeks to have babies. Like it makes like a pattern of like very strange behavior that doesn't seem very healthy.
I guess I'd follow that up by asking you this. I mean, do you think that most divorces end amicably, or do you think that there's usually going to be contention between the mother and the father, or the husband and the wife?
I don't know. That's a really hard one to answer. I'm not sure.
Come on, DesTiny. Come on.
Well, I guess what I mean.
Well, no. So, like, in fairness, like, there's probably a lot that like fizzle out. I mean, like, I'll admit it. Yeah, of course, some probably end really bad. But there's probably like a lot of older people that get divorced who just like fall out of love and don't care. There's probably a lot of like really fiery divorces between young people, fighting among children and whatnot. Like, I don't know what the exact split is, but yeah, I'm sure.
So, I mean, would it be unfair then to maybe extend the courtesy that perhaps the divorce that JF had, or the contention that he had over his child, was one of those that just, like many others, and that aren't amicable. There's that contention there.
So this is really shitty. So inductive reasoning is the idea that we can take facts and put them together in such a way to form a conclusion that we don't actually know, that we don't deductively know. So when JF says that he goes up and down the coast, chain fucking girls to make babies, that he finds a girl and in my opinion, in a very obviously predatory way, tries to lure her to North Carolina to have babies with her, has been divorced 3 times, has admitted that he's had 7 different women make claims of harassment against him. That's really fucking weird too. That when you put
That's
all
a new one on me. Wait. I hadn't heard that one. So what is it?
Yeah, so JF on his stream, if somebody actually in my chat has the link, they can probably throw it real quick. JF on his stream admitted, he's like, oh, like, I think he was talking about Trump, but it might have been somebody else. But he's like, oh yeah, women do this all the time. I personally have 7 different women that have accused me of sexual harassment. Like,
no, I was saying a story. I said that story about my friend, how he was accused, and then said that women do that all the time.
Yeah, and he said 7 different women. Yeah. So, like, I want to be really clear here. Being divorced isn't a marker of being a bad person, or being like, shit happens, and being divorced and your wife hating you isn't even necessarily a marker of a bad person, because like you said, Jim, I mean, like, shit can happen at the end of marriages. It's just that when you look at all of it together, this is an extraordinary picture to paint.
However, I say, Mr. Metokur, you should watch that part for JF's response, because. Like,
well, yeah. Let me
only one.
Andy, let me move on to my last question then.
Sure.
Okay, so your main point of contention was he got into a relationship online with a girl that wasn't mentally capable, like the age that of what was the court document, like 10 or 11?
That's not even my thing, actually. Like, and I know a lot of people take issue with this, but I actually almost think the mentally retarded part is irrelevant to him being a sexual predator. It definitely hurts his case when you add it on top of it. But like, when you look at,
how would he be a sexual predator then if he's in consensual relationships?
So when you look at classical abusive behavior, the primary strategy of somebody that's being a predator is to isolate the victim. And when you look at the way that JF conducts himself, he pretty much follows like all of those classical patterns. So he contacted a girl online. This girl is somebody that, ignoring mental whatever, she's very clearly still a child. Now, when I say child, I mean that she has never worked a job. She's never paid any bills. She's never lived independently of her parents.
19 though, so.
Sure. That doesn't mean anything, though. She's never worked a job. She's never lived independently of her parents. She's never paid any bills. And she was never in a relationship before, and she was a virgin. Okay. So
it's my understanding, though, that she graduated high school, that she had a driver's license, and attended college.
Exactly.
Yeah. So she graduated high school, which is fine. I mean, I don't know if it was a special needs high school or not.
Well, how many 10-year-olds do you know that graduate high school?
Well, so when you measure somebody's like cognitive abilities or decision-making abilities, this isn't necessarily correlated to whether or not they can graduate high school. As the court document said, like, I think she had the mental and social skills.
What about college?
Well, college, she went a couple years. So, I mean, anybody can go to college a couple years.
Yeah, but not a 10-year-old.
Yeah, sure you could. Do you know if she passed her
my God.
Wait, Andy, do you know if she passed her classes?
Huh?
You know if she passed her classes?
Well, if she made it a few years, she probably got a few.
Well, if we're talking about cognitive ability and decision making, you need to have those to drive. Otherwise, you're going to get
no, you absolutely
don't.
Absolutely.
So
I
mean,
again, like, I don't know.
chill.
I don't know like where you guys are from. Okay, I'm from the great state of Nebraska in the Midwest. Okay, like if you go out onto any farm and people have kids, you'll find basically as soon as the boys are old enough to like see over the fucking driver's seat with a phone book, like they'll throw them in trucks. Like kids drive all the time. A 10, 11, 12-year-olds, they'll drive you'll see them driving tractors at young ages, even younger than 10.
And you'll see tractors don't have the horsepower. That's not.
But from what it sounds like,
technically,
she's from Texas, isn't she?
Yeah, city driving's different than up in the boonies, dude.
Sure. But I mean, just because you can drive doesn't mean that you have the cognitive processes of an adult. And I think according to the court docs of the psychiatrists themselves, they said something along the lines of like, she's capable of driving, but if she ever got into an adverse situation, the only thing she can do is call her parents because she would be completely lost. So
do you agree then with the state intervening to protect what you see as, at least in her case, mentally as a child?
It's not really appropriate for me to make that call. I mean, the judge saw all of the evidence and he decided that it was appropriate. Well, I mean, I would have to. He's in a position. I mean, basically, he was given the they initially pursued a temporary guardianship. Now, I've got a couple of lawyer buddies. I don't know if this isn't exactly their line of work, but they tell me that getting a temporary guardianship over an adult is very difficult to do. That the bar for that, you have to pass a really high bar to actually, because you're pretty much like taking over another person, right? You're saying that like you can't, you're mentally incompetent, you can't rule yourself. Like we're going to take over your autonomy.
I've
They
heard
pursued
many
attempted-
times in debates.
Initially just
appeal to authority with the judge.
Well, no,
so-
not necessarily appeal to
Wait,
authority, but
that's
I've
not an
heard
appeal to
many
authority at all.
times. I've heard many times come from
I'm
your
just
mouth,
asking
DesTiny.
if he agreed with the judgment. That's all I wanted to know.
I mean, all I know is that they went for a temporary guardianship and they were awarded a permanent one. That 2 psychologists made similar claims that she was incapable of making these long-term decisions for herself, and that she herself did not contest this guardianship at any stage whatsoever. So, I mean, it seems like the judge made the correct decision. And then based on the facts of the case, that she would up and leave her family without telling a single person to go and meet somebody that she'd never met physically before, to live with them, for him to put a baby in her without any idea how their financial.
So what is her? It's just curious. It's an offshoot question. What does her future look like? Is she going to have state-enforced celibacy for life?
It depends. I'm not entirely sure.
I mean,
but like,
if Jeff wanted to date her, does he have to meet the guardian ad litem? Like, how does that work?
Yeah. Well, so like this is kind of the weird binary that Andy was also presenting. Like, oh, does she have to be a virgin forever? Like, if you wanted to court somebody like this, there are really appropriate ways to do it. And it actually really bothered me, Andy, that you went down this route, saying that you'd worked with mentally disabled people before. Is it like if so? Let's give an example. Let's say that I wanted to date somebody that I knew was like mentally incapacitated. I would be making every effort to interact with this family so that they would know that things on the up and up, because mentally incapacitated people are taken advantage of all the time in the United States. It happens to old people that are losing their mental faculty when they go to old person's homes, and it happens to mentally retarded people when they work normal jobs or when they get out into the real world, that people will take advantage of them because of their reduced mental faculty. The fact that JF never contacted her family a single time and tried to remove her from her family without ever talking to the family, those are all huge red flags to me.
Okay, and my last question, and this just relates to shit that's going around right now, but I think it's a fair point to bring up. You're talking about patterns of behavior.
Yeah.
You had a bit of a tiff. I was trying to explain this to them. I think I did it as best I could. You had a bit of a tiff with a kid that was knocking you every time you'd go on stream. He'd, packet bomb you or whatever the fuck he was doing, and he'd knock you off.
Yeah, a kid that I wanted to kill. I still stand by that. Fuck that dude and his family. So this is the story. This is the story.
Let me set this up, though. I mean, we're talking about JF's character, and you're bringing up past incidences to try to paint a picture of him. So far, you've admitted you've gotten bikini pics from teenage girls, and you're talking about a murder plot against a teenage boy. So, like, what if you meet somebody? I mean, should somebody say, hey, wait a minute, that DesTiny guy, he got some racy pictures from a kid, and that DesTiny guy, he wanted to kill a kid and talked about a murder plot because it was interrupting his internet video games.
That's fucking rough.
So firstly, I mean, anybody can send anybody pictures. I never pursued anything with any 15-year-olds. I mean, I could email you pictures of. I could go find 15-year-old pictures.
Did you contact your parents and say, hey, your child's engaging in dangerous behavior that may put her at risk with predators?
You should contact the parents, DesTiny. I could have swore somebody said that a minute ago.
Fuck that shit. I'm not gonna get into that. I just stopped talking to her when I found out she was 15. Fuck that shit. I'm not gonna talk. I'm not gonna mess with her like, hey, by the way, I'm an adult.
Wait, whoa, stop the car. Stop the car. Jim, did you hear that?
What's that? What did I hear?
But DesTiny said he was talking to her before that, and he stopped talking to her.
Wait a minute. Yeah, DesTiny, you said you weren't talking to her. Now you're talking to her. She didn't send pics. Now she sent pics. What's going on?
Wait, what do you mean stop? How would she send me pics if we weren't chatting?
Oh,
so you were chatting with her.
Yeah,
so
we were chatting
when
with her.
Did she inform you that she was
or whatever? And then after we had talked for a while, I think we were talking about like some event coming up, and she mentioned that she was 15, and I was like, oh, holy shit, you're way too fucking young. Never mind. And then we pretty much just stopped talking. Yeah, as soon as I found out she was 15, that shit was weird as fuck. I didn't know she was 15 from the original picture she sent.
DesTiny.
Original picture.
Wait. So, when did you stop talking to her? The timeline between that and her sending you that picture.
She had like I don't remember, we were chatting originally and she had sent me some pics or whatever to prove that I don't know that she was who she was. I don't remember. This is like fucking 5 or 6 years ago. And then after we had chatted for a while, she had revealed that she was like 15 years old. And I was like, oh, okay. And then we just stopped talking because that sounds like a horrible fucking idea. I'm not going to get involved in that shit. Fuck that.
But you didn't masturbate to the photo at all?
No, I have porn on the internet. Why would I masturbate to bikini photos?
You never had dirty conversations with her because you said you didn't know how old she was.
No, definitely not.
You never jacked off of that picture. There are no chat logs of that.
No.
Of you saying that or bragging about that.
So she just sent a swimsuit picture?
Catalogs of me. No, why would I jerk off to swimsuit pictures?
I don't know. People are saying the chat logs of you talking about girls sending you pictures and bragging about it. So I'm just saying, like, there's no chat logs out there.
We were having a conversation about how fucked
mean,
up it was.
they're-
It wasn't like these
they're
really
in the-
hot
let me-
teenagers
let me
trying to
see if I
like
can
fucking
find this.
jailbait you into like fucking like destroying your life at like an event or some shit.
Do you have these screenshots on hand, Jim, or do you want me to
There
go
should
and
be.
see
You
if I
don't
can
need
find them?
screenshots. There should be a paste bin of the entire.
No, I'm
conversation.
just asking him. But go ahead back to your story about killing a teenager.
Okay, so like this is the story with all of that. Okay, so basically, one day my internet drops out. Okay, and I don't really know what's going on. And this ends up becoming like a pattern of like my internet fucking up over the course of the next like few months. And I call the internet service provider to my house. I get trucks rolled out probably like 12 times within like a 3 or 4 month period, because it seems like every time I'm starting to get into my stream, my shit is starting to get dropped. And after a few months, some kid contacts me, Jacob contacts me on Skype, and he starts making fun of how he's DDoSing my shit. I was like, okay. The way that he messaged me and everything was really stupid. I pulled his IP off Skype. We did a whole bunch of fucking homework, and we eventually found all of his information over the course of like the next month. We found out everything about this kid. So to set this up correctly, so I know that a lot of people are like, you got really, yeah, well, yeah, of course.
Okay.
A lot of people, what?
No, I was just saying. Okay, I was you.
Oh yeah, of
getting
course,
the
full
vernacular.
docs. Yeah, no, if somebody's DDoSing, I'll dox the fuck out of you. I don't give a fuck. I'll dox it and release it publicly. I honestly do not give a fuck about these people. So this kid, to set the story, a lot of people are like, oh, you wanted to kill a kid or whatever, blah, 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 because he was interrupting your video games. It's not my video games, okay? I have a child. I have a house. I've got bills. I have a life. Like, this is my job. And it would, like, the equivalent would be, people laugh like he's just DDoSing. The equivalent would be, let's say you drive to work every day. Let's say some guy runs outside every single day and slashes your tires. Like, it's literally that. So I was losing.
But you did want to kill him, though.
Yeah.
You wanted to kill him, and then you.
Yeah, of
doxed
course.
him.
Hell yeah, I did. So let me get to the.
Let him tell him. Go ahead. Sorry,
Yeah,
man.
sure.
Go ahead.
So basically, after a few months of this, I find all the information on him. I'm really happy because I figure I just give a call to his dad. And after I call the dad, we'll get everything squared away. So I call the father and I say, hey, your son is involved in some really fucked up shit. He's fucking my shit up. I can't work. I've lost thousands and thousands of dollars. Like, we're getting into the 5-figure range of revenue lost. I can't do my job. I've got a kid. You've got a kid. You should know what this is like. After having this phone call with the father sends me the most condescending email I've ever gotten in my entire life. Basically, he said, do you want the email? I actually saved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it. I want to hear what he sounded like. I'm kind of curious, to be honest.
Yeah,
And then
sure.
I want to hear how you would have murdered them.
No, while he's grabbing the email, the chat logs read, I have so many fangirls. I had one that was 15. She wanted to meet and hook up. What was the next thing he said? Dude, she's 15. What the fuck? But she sent me pictures. That made it so hard. And someone said she's huge. So it
Wait,
feels
I'm sorry,
like
did you
somebody
say
saw something there, because
that
someone
made
said
it
she's
so hard?
If anybody, yeah, these chicks are hot as fuck. I can't
Wait,
help
wait,
it.
wait.
Hold on, but it says she's huge. So did you share the picture
No.
there?
No. The she's huge is referring to a different girl that we were talking about in the conversation. That's the one who originally burned me why these logs are leaked.
Okay, all right. But no, you said she sent me pictures that made it so hard. So when you saw a 15-year-old girl, you were sexually attracted to her.
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like, what do you want me to say? Like, there were 16-year-old chicks that are really fucking hot. I was like 23 or 24 at the time. Like,
So
yeah,
you were an
I'm not
adult.
gonna sit here and lie to you and tell you like,
You
oh,
were an
no,
adult at the time.
I have never. Yeah, of course. But I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you and say like, oh, no 16-year-old girl has ever been hot. No, of course.
Well,
there's some
in
16-year-old chicks that are
Steve-
hot.
Not 16, 15.
In Steve's
Yeah,
own
sure.
words here, after you've banged more than like 3 chicks, banging hot chicks who suck in bed is not fun anymore.
Hell yeah, dude.
Uh,
That's some life shit right there. Yeah.
I was
At
so
least that's- he's
disappointed with
honest.
Mia, I'll never fuck another porn star again.
Listen, dude, esports is a crazy time in my life. All right, let's
All right, you got the father's email?
Yeah, hold on. I'm sorry.
If you don't have it, you can just sum it up for us. That's fine, man.
Oh, hold on a second. Here's the thing. Someone says, yeah, you forget that 15-year-old, obviously, but then you said, Pam, no, those aren't fake. What aren't fake?
I don't know. I'd have to see the log.
Oh, someone. Oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah.
Those aren't fake. Could they be referring to her tits?
They're talking
Yeah,
about
maybe,
the
but I don't-
15-year-old girl, and he says
I don't
those aren't
think it
fake.
was about the 15-year-old, but yeah, it might be. I mean, like, I don't have to like look at the logs to know that I never saw naked pictures.
But what would they be referring to if you hadn't shared the picture with them for them to be commenting upon here, Steve?
Oh, then no, then it would have been the other girl. It would have been Nicole.
But they're talking about the 15-year-old.
I mean, they can't be. I mean, you could show me the paste. I never sent picture because I deleted this chick off my Skype, and I deleted anything that she had sent me like as soon as I found out she was 15. So there's no way that I could have sent any pictures to these guys.
Yeah, because that would be real bad if you're sending out exotic or semi-erotic pictures of a girl you know is 15 to other people in a group. That would be bad.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not the best of looks.
Okay, so here is one of the emails that Wayne, the father, sent back to me.
So this is the dad of the kid.
This is the dad of the kid. Okay.
All right.
So basically, the problem was after our first phone call, his son continued to harass me. Nothing's changed. Okay. So I think at this point, I think his son contacted me on Skype, and we had like a little back and forth on Skype where I was just insulting him or whatever, just some shit. This is the father's email to me. Stephen, I do not wish you or your family any harm either. However, after I spoke with you the last time, you promised to back off on my family. You did not. I suggest you withdraw all web posting, videos, or anything derogatory information about me and my family ASAP. If you cannot take them all down, then I expect you to do full retractions on the sites where you made the accusations. Otherwise, I will keep good to my promise to take this to the authorities, and my lawyers say that I have an unbeatable case for slander and defamation of character against you. I also asked Jacob to stop his activities. However, I do not think this is the other person that was helping him, is a friend of Jacob. Jacob is a highly intelligent 16-year-old who has skipped the 9th grade. Sometimes he does teenage things out of boredom. You would do better to befriend him instead of attack him. I think he really admires your talent and has many things in common with you. This was the email that he sent me.
The father and the son sound like a cunt. I agree with you on that.
So like the big problem that I was basically running into is, so I had 3 independent interviews with the FBI, 1 in Florida and 2 in Nebraska, where I basically, called them and told them what was going on. And they were like, okay, well, we'll come out and chat with you. I don't know why. The FBI doesn't give a fuck about anything related to this. After 3 interviews, they did nothing. I think I tried calling the, I want to say North Carolina is where he lived. I think I tried calling the North Carolina police force once, but I don't think I got anywhere with that. And then I tried contacting the father. So I was basically completely out of options. So pretty much at this point in my life.
You went with the next option, murder.
Well, I'm curious. So I'll spin it to you. What would you do at this point? Would you just quit your whole career and go do something else? Or?
Well, okay. I mean, here's my train of thought on this, right? Just follow me on that.
And then just to be clear, I don't think I was like legitimately like planning to murder him. I was just incredibly fucking frustrated to the point where like
you keep saying you were though.
I got that. But okay, you've got this. Let's just make it a hypothetical so it's not you.
Yeah.
You've got a streamer who's admitting that he tracked down information on a minor to find out where he lives.
Mm-hmm.
That streamer owns a gun and he's shown that gun multiple times on stream. He's made numerous statements that he had a plan to follow or kill this child and that he isn't remorseful about it. My question is, how the fuck did the FBI not come to talk to you about that rather than the kid bombing your stream?
I don't know, my dude. The FBI.
I mean, you're making death threats against a child on the internet, and you're a gun owner. It shows intent. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy to me that.
Well, showing intent and all of that is really difficult because of the way my job works. I guess
not when you record it and post it on the internet, Steve.
Well, no. So, the reason why it's so confusing, because I spoke with a lawyer about this shit too. The reason why it's so confusing is because when you become a public figure and when your job is entertainment, you have like actually Alex Jones used this defense. Do you remember when Alex Jones' defense against was it against defamation and slander? I think he said that, well, I'm an entertainer, so obviously.
Yeah, but did Alex Jones dox a child to find out where he lives and then make death threats?
Well, so this is like a really weird thing. Doxing isn't actually illegal at all. Not to say that
but
it's
it
morally
shows that
right,
you were
but
interested enough to pursue where he lived. You had knowledge of his house, who his family was, where where he's located.
Yeah, man, I don't know. I guess maybe the state decided. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, so this brings me back to the JF thing, though. Like, I get it. He said some weird statements. He's done some weird shit. But when you're talking about his past actions, setting him up as a predator, if I were to talk to somebody who has no idea who the fuck you are and give it the most neutral way I could explain this stuff, even throwing in your side of it, people are going to be like, pics from fucking underage girls, bragging about it to his friends, threatening to kill a kid after he doxes them. They're going to be like, holy shit, this guy's fucking unstable.
I mean, yeah, I guess if they want to think that. I mean, I can't.
But do you see yourself as unstable?
No, of course not. I mean, everybody in esports, being honest, right? I mean, I could say and lie to you guys, but I don't give a fuck. I'm too old and I don't care anymore. Like, everybody's gotten pics and more from underage chicks, depending on what you. Let me finish. In the esports community, okay, everybody has been involved in that shit, okay. So and there have been people that
wait. Do you know people in the esports community that
but I'm not going down that road. There's tons.
No. Wait a minute. If you're saying you have knowledge of a crime and you're not willing to bring it forward, doesn't
you only bring it up if you lose a debate to someone? someone?
No, because it's all fucking hearsay and shit. And I didn't bring this up. JF was the one that originally brought this up. That's the only reason we're talking about this shit. But I'm not gonna go. But a lot of it is based on
prolific
hearsay.
in esports is it? How many people in esports have pictures of underage girls?
I'm not gonna get it.
Come on.
It's a huge. Listen, like people have been banned from Twitch for making these accusations and shit before. I'm not going down this road.
But
We're not on Twitch. We're on YouTube.
I'm on Twitch right now. I'm always fucking streaming, man. It's my hustle. What?
But you always go after people and their characters and the
No,
and
that's not true.
the past
No,
they've done.
Andy,
Yes, you have.
Andy, that's absolutely not true. Don't lie to me like that. The only reason this is all this JF started. Okay, just real quick, responding to things like so. A ton of people gotten pics of shit from 15-year-olds. I've never pursued anything, but I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say like, oh, you know, like 16, 15, 14, or whatever year old. Like
throw the caveat in there. It's esports. Normal people don't get naked pictures.
Yeah,
or
sure.
erotic
Well, normal
pictures.
people don't get pursued by fucking shit because you're fucking normies, dude. Come on.
Wait, your definition of not being a normie is child pornography? That's
No,
a definition.
normie is not having like tens of thousands of people that are like constantly watching your every fucking move and like underage chicks hitting you up all the time and like scamming fucking people like hitting you all the time. Like this shit is fucking crazy. Dude.
I'm not denying you guys got to watch out for getting scammed. I don't blame you. I'd be paranoid as shit. But it just surprises me if you're willing to bring the thunder down on people like Jeff. I'm sure you disagree with people like what's his name, Milo Yiannopoulos. All the shit where. Do you remember this stream where Milo went on and said, I went to Hollywood parties where they had underage kids, but then he wouldn't name any names? Or when he went in front of an audience and said, I'm willing to talk about Hollywood, and then said, no, I can't. Washington told me I can't. Like, you'd come down on that kind of shit. But
he actually did come down on that shit.
I never come down on that shit. Whoever said that, that's not true.
No, you came down on that particular interview.
You're telling me, though, that esports has
an issue on Milo
with
advocating for underage gay relationships. That's the specific thing I can. I don't know on what else.
But dude, you just told me that esports has this issue. If you know that shit's going on, shouldn't you say something?
Well, people talk about it, but like I don't have the means to go and acquire the evidence to like name names and name victims.
Break Dorito Gate right now, DesTiny. Come on.
Let's hear it.
This is not my
Come on.
Listen, okay, I'm gonna be frank. I'm not gonna suicide my fucking career to go on some fucking vendetta against a bunch of fucking video game guys. Okay, this is not my life. All right, someone else can take up this fucking mantle. It's not my shit. All right.
Okay, you know what?
So,
yeah,
okay. So back in
wait. One last thing, DesTiny. So you're willing to let kids get hurt?
No, I didn't say that.
If you know what's going on and you won't do anything, you're willing to let kids get hurt.
So you're presenting this view right now that I could go and expose people for sure, and that I could expose.
You just said you had information on it.
I didn't say that. I said that there is a ton of hearsay about particular people, but I don't have logs or proof where I could come and drop bombshells.
Is the hearsay going through communication? Like, is it talk or is it logged and Skype chats or something?
It's like it would be like ambiguous logs and like tons of different chatter. But like in terms of like, is it actually true? Like I would have to make an effort to go out and do research to figure out what's true, what's not
this
true.
is your calling. You could be the guy.
Absolutely not my calling. I would rather argue about pedophilia and
esport.
Incest and talk about how hot 15-year-olds. I would rather do that shit a million times over before diving into like exposing people on fucking esports. Fuck that shit. Riot is way too big a company.
Have you heard of a quartering and what he's doing right now? He's actually exposed the Magic the Gathering community for having like a ton of pedophiles.
God, you could be the hero, Steve.
He's been busting people left, right, and center.
Wait, is this the MTG headquarters guy?
Yes.
Oh, that guy's a fucking idiot. I don't care about
what
anything that guy does. That guy's beyond fucking retarded. That guy is so stupid.
He's exposed like 8 pedophiles who were judges in the card community. So
I don't know. All I know is that everything I've seen of that dude makes him. And the conversation that we had on Twitter, he seems like an idiot to me. But if he's doing that shit, that's cool. That's great. You can be simultaneously an idiot and do some good stuff as well. So good for him if he's actually done that. Okay, real quick, going back between the 15-year-old shit or whatever, I'm not going to lie about any of that, and the DDoS shit. Like, I have a very low, like, I know a lot of people get, like, sketchy as fuck online about being too mean to people, whatever. If people are DDoSing each other, I have, like, a zero tolerance shit for that. If people DDoS and end up getting doxxed or some shit happens, then, like, I have no regards for these types of people. Doxing and swatting are 2 huge problems in online communities that there's absolutely no recourse for and no repercussion for. So, like, if you're somebody that gets DDoSed, you don't get shit for it. Nobody's going to pay you a fucking fine. Nobody's going to help you with anything, and if and the other person doing it oftentimes suffers absolutely no consequences. So
yeah,
like
I saw the
people,
swatting thing FaZe went through where the guy got killed because of the wrong address. That's fucked up.
Sure. But that's not even the like that in and of itself is fucked up. But any swatting is fucked up. But the fucked up part isn't just that people do it; it's that people do it. They do it over and over again. They get away with it, and the people that get swatted have no recourse. There's nothing they get in exchange for that. It's just their lives are massively inconvenienced. And then in this case, a guy's fucking killed over it. Yeah, so like if somebody wants to say like, oh, DesTiny is mentally unstable because he got so fucking mad, he said he was gonna kill a kid that was DDoSing him for 6 months, and even after contacting his parent, he didn't do shit. Like, I mean, yeah, people want to judge me harshly for it. Like, that's fine, I guess. But like,
Well, I
said
mean,
that
but
shit
DesTiny, in all fairness, if you contacted the FBI and the police and they didn't find there to be any legal recourse, what are you getting upset about? If they think that he didn't break the law and weren't willing to pursue it,
well, it's not that he didn't break the law. It's just that like that kind of like online stuff, they just don't care about it at all. They just really don't give a fuck. Maybe it's changed now in the past because I think this was like 5 years ago. Again, this was like some 2012 shit. Maybe they care about it more now. But I mean, like, how can you ask me as I'm losing thousands and thousands of dollars? How can you ask me if I don't care about it?
Oh, one last question, and then I got to bounce. This is a real serious question, though, honestly. So give me a no bullshit answer.
Okay.
With the esports stuff, right? I'm not talking like the Korean shit where they're doing, fucking whatever they do. I'm talking like American esports, MLG shit. Are those attended? Do a lot of kids show up to those events?
They used to. When you say kids, you mean like under 18?
Under 18, yeah.
Probably they used to. I don't hang out with under 18s. I've always been kind of older in esports compared to other people. Like a lot of people get in like right after high school and in college. So the crowd of people I hung out with was usually a bit older.
Well, I'm not asking if you hung out with them. I just mean audience attendance.
So I only say that because I don't know. There might have been way more, or there might have been not as many, but I just wouldn't have seen that. But I think there used to be like a fair amount. But audiences of like esports and shit have gotten a lot older. So like if you were to go to an esports event today, the average age of somebody is going to be way older than going back to them like in 2011. Like I'm sure that back like in 2011, 2012, and those MLGs, there probably were, but it's really hard for me to say because I can't tell by looking at somebody like, are you 15 or 18 or,
Okay. And then my follow-up question to that is, do you think they should hang a sign over the door that says, warning, your child may get fucked by a competitor?
I guess. I don't know.
Okay. That's all I wanted. I got to jump, guys. It's been fun. Thank you.
Love you, Metokur. Goodbye. Awesome. Oh my God. Hey, yeah, because there was like so many tweets sent to me going about last night. So
yeah, basically anytime I get involved in anything on the internet, there's always like these 1 or 2 or 3 things that will come up that people try to throw at me over and over again. But like this shit has been public for literally fucking 5 years. Like there's nothing new to say here. Like people pretend that they're like dropping bombshells and shit, but like I've gone through all of this shit literally in like 2013 before these kids like even knew what YouTube or any of this shit was,
As fucked up as everything is, hey, at least you were answering it and didn't do what like Jeff fucking Holiday's doing.
Yeah, Jeff Holiday. Yeah, no, like I'll own my shit. Like, and again, like some of it I guess sounds uncomfortable to some people. Like if you're being real, like a 21-year-old, 22-year-old, like there are some 15, 16-year-old chicks that like look pretty fucking hot. Like I can't help that. Like some people mature fucking older. I never did anything with a 15-year-old. But yeah, I mean shit happens. I would never pursue like an underage person for a variety of reasons. Oh, I see that Braving Ruin is in your chat now. That dude was tweeting so much shit and he's so scared to talk. I wonder why. Sorry, anyway, yeah. And then yeah, the kid with the DDoSing shit. Yeah, fuck that dude. I really have no sympathy whatsoever for people that do that DDoSing shit over long periods of time. I'll fucking dox the fuck out of you, whatever the fuck I have to do, and I'm not gonna apologize for it or pretend I don't do that shit. Nah, fuck off. I don't play that shit.
At least you're owning up to it. I'd never plan a murder, especially live on the internet, but fair enough.
Maybe.
By the way,
imagine if you were making all of your income off of these live streams. I know you do like YouTube videos as well, but like imagine you make all of your.
I stopped those. I'm done with the skeptic community.
Sure, but like imagine you make all of your money on these videos, and after 30 minutes of starting every stream, a guy pulls a trigger and your internet goes down, and you can't do it, and you've got fans that are getting mad at chat. You're getting upset because you can't stream. This goes on for months and months, and you're losing money, and you're starting to like not be able to pay your bills. Add on to this the fact that I had a child that I had to pay for as well. Like, I mean, this shit can push you to do some crazy fucking shit. Like, it's really frustrating that somebody can just flip a switch and fucking destroy your internet connection and essentially nuke your career.
I know like the snapping point for a lot of people. Yeah, like I mean, I could see that. I mean, doing it online is definitely. I mean, like obviously you were just going crazy. I assume. Yeah,
and I called Cox a million times. I tried. Yeah, there's nothing I could do. I was just at the mercy of this guy. Whenever he decided that he wanted to cost me a few $100, he just pushed a switch, and my whole internet would just get shut down.
Why didn't you just go to the police or something?
I already told you. I had 3 interviews with the FBI, and I called the authorities in North Carolina. They couldn't do shit. They didn't care at all. There's
Really?
nothing. I had no recourse. Yeah, there's nothing I could do, dude. I had talked to his father. I called his fucking brother. I called his older brother, who was like in his mid-20s. I talked to his father multiple times. We traded emails multiple times. I had 3 independent interviews with the FBI. I contacted the authorities in North. It's not like this kid DDoSed me. He was like, I'm gonna go kill this fucking kid. It was like I had exhausted literally every single fucking option, and had gotten to the point to where I was like considering paying him a visit. I doubt I would have fucking killed him or whatever, but like, yeah, where it would have had to come down to like some crazy physical fucking coercion thing or something, because nothing else was working. Or I guess there were 2 other options. One is I could either quit my fucking job and give up my 6-figure income to go do some other random shit, which fuck that shit. Or the second thing was I could invent the premier way to prevent yourself from getting DDoSed on the internet that everybody in the next few years would go on to use, including large companies like Riot and Valve, which is what I eventually did.
What
so
is that?
Fuck that shit. If you ever Google like DDoS protection guide, my website will pop up as like one of the first few links. I was the person that made the DDoS guide that everybody was using for the next few years in esports to stop themselves from getting hit. So I figured out a way to prevent that shit from happening.
At least your murderous rage turned into like a product. Like not, that actually.
I got a ton of clout actually in a lot of teams and in the esports community for making that guide. So
yeah. Actually last night, by the way, my dad gave me a shout. He was on your side last night. He enjoyed the debate, but it was him and his coworkers watching it, and everyone was rooting for someone. Apparently, they're all like, were cheering you on.
Can I cut you off real quick? I'm sorry.
Sure.
Okay, so a guy in chat, this is actually another option that I considered. And it's funny because I know that he doesn't know what he's talking about. So somebody in chat said, DesTiny doesn't know what lawyers are, LOL. I actually know tons about lawyers, okay? I know all the lawyers. Legal options were definitely something that I considered pursuing. It would have had to have been a civil case. So I actually reached out to a couple different law firms, and I found one that was interested in taking the case on. And when I say interested, like, we had like our quick little chat, and they said, yeah, sure, you can come in for an hour consultation, and we'll see if it's appropriate or not. But what I found out was that pursuing a case like this was prohibitively expensive for me at the time. This guy was talking about a $20,000 retainer, and he was saying that the amount of effort that you would have to go through to pursue a case like this is insane. So for instance, if you're going to bring this before like a jury and shit, like you would have to, or before a judge, you would have to bring in an expert witness to talk about like TCP IP. Like you would have to explain like the foundational parts of the internet to the judge. You would have to bring in so many expert witnesses to do this, and the chances of you ever recovering your money are like slim to none. Like it was a hugely costly endeavor. Like I said, this lawyer was asking for $20,000 for the retainer, and was saying that like it would have been a very, very costly, expensive thing. I probably would have had to travel to North Carolina multiple times to do it. So I looked into the legal option as well, but it didn't seem very realistic. Sorry. Okay,
well, I'm glad you invented
that DDoS guide, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. That's fucking awesome. Yeah, by the way, you want to I have to go to my aunt's house in 2.5 hours for some holiday shit, but you said you wanted to speak for 30 minutes or something, like.
Oh no, I just wanted to talk more about that JF shit since he's going like crazy on fucking Twitter.
Yeah, if you guys need to have your talk, that's cool.
I didn't want to like come in and like hijack this. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
His show. You're on Tonka Saw's channel. It's a great fucking show every morning, and he pretty much does an hour alone by himself, and then he invites a bunch of people who disagree, and they have internet blood sports here.
Okay. Do you think I'm a Jew, Andy?
I did not. Yo, there's so much accusations on Twitter of shit I've been saying to people, and I'm like, I did not say you were a Jew. I did not.
I know you did it, but there's like a lot of people after JF. I think I made a joke on your stream, and I think JF took me seriously that I was Jewish, and now JF has been telling people that I'm Jewish, and now I think Braving Ruin, I think if he's still in your chat, him and a few other people are starting to fall for this. Like people actually think I'm Jewish, so I added it to my profile. Okay,
awesome.
yeah.
He's a great co-host. Me and him are opposite sides of human beings. It's interesting. You know what? You know what's funny, dude? After you uploaded our debate yesterday on your channel, it's so funny. When you read my chat, they all hate you.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
When you read your chat, they all hate JF. It's just really interesting how this like.
Well, no, I mean it's people circle jerk their side always. Every video that gets posted on my channel, everybody's going to say I won that debate, I stopped the dude, and then every video posted to an opposition channel is usually going to say, oh, DesTiny got stopped or whatever. It's just how it goes, right?
And by the way, people were just like, Andy, you're fucking like, why are you his friend or whatever? It's just I try to be friendly with absolutely everyone. All right, I was being friendly with fucking Tara McCarthy. All right, like everyone chill the fuck out. But I want to just say that the whole skeptic shit. Like, how do you feel about everything just crumbling down right now, just being destroyed?
I mean, I never liked any of the skeptic community, so I really
that's
don't
what I'm
care.
saying. So are you like happy? Are you cheering this on or?
No, well, no, I'm never happy when people. I don't think you should celebrate it when like people are like losing their like livelihoods and shit. And I
What if
mean,
they had doxing servers and they were trying to ruin other people's lives because of their ideas?
yeah, that's probably bad. I guess if you're doing that, if you're the two things that bother me the most are, I guess, when people do shit like that and when people lie, when people like blatantly lie, that bothers me. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think that it's unhealthy to cheer for the like the destruction of other people, like rather than being like, oh, I'm so glad that Kraut's getting fucked. Yeah, you know, it's more like I'm kind of sad that Kraut went that route.
Whoa! Someone's like, you were part of it. You lying fuck. Go fuck your mother. I was never part of that fucking server. I wasn't talking with fucking Jeff behind the scenes at all. So shut your fucking mouth. Don't ever fucking accuse me of that, you piece of shit in the chat. Hey, by the way, there was. Did you watch Metokur's third video?
No, I haven't watched any of it. All I know is
watch that third video, dude, and look what Kilroy was actually about, man. Fucking based mama just.
Well, based mama, it was obvious that she was fucked when it was clear that she. I love you this insult at so many people. I don't try to, but she was just really dumb. When she started talking about NCs and NDAs on Twitter, it was really obvious that she had no idea what she was talking about. So, like, are you familiar with like what a non-disclosure agreement is?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically it's like, for people who don't know, like a non-disclosure agreement is like, hey, listen, we're going to talk about some shit and I don't want any of this shit ever being released. So before we talk about this, oftentimes before you're presented a contract, somebody will say, here's a non-disclosure agreement. You have to fill this out and then you agree to, for some time limit or whatever, you're never going to share any of the contents of this, right? Base Mama was in chat trying to defend, or not in chat, but like on Twitter talking about how like, oh, well, like people are so mad about NDAs. When you go to the doctor, don't you know that you fill out an NDA and shit? Like just really stupid shit. Like where it's like, no, you don't. Like she like conflates like HIPAA agreements and shit with like NDAs, and she had no idea what the purpose of an NDA was. The non-compete was just really weird, and I'm not even sure if she knew what the non-compete was. Yeah, Base Mama just seemed really dumb. And also a lot of the things that she was saying made me very uncomfortable. So in her video, she was saying that like, well, the NDA, that's there to protect me and my family and other streamers. Well, what do you mean by that? Is Kilroy going to be providing the address information to other people that are going there? Like if I go to Kilroy, are you going to give my address to Sargon? So he has to fill out an NDA so he doesn't share it? Why the fuck is my information being released to these people? Like, why do I even have to sign this NDA? Like, yeah, that shit was really fucking weird.
Did you see the hey, by the way, April Rain just said I missed a paid tweet or a message, Tonka?
There has been many a super chats.
Yeah, so just want to say, I want to say, did you see the fucking the thing? I didn't see this until I saw fucking Metokur's a video, but essentially she used us as a marketing tool and was paying speakers, academic.
Oh, I saw that too.
You see her going, we have real academics, not just YouTube celebrities. Meanwhile, people are paying $250 to party with us, not with a YouTube or an academic lawyer or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, that was stupid. Like if I would have found out that, like, especially because you guys, and I know that like a lot of you, not to sound condescending, but a lot of you guys probably don't have as much experience with like negotiating with event organizers and whatnot. Yeah, like you're getting fucked there, dude. You got fucked really hardcore.
I know I did. Yeah.
Like if we were talking like in my world, right? If somebody would have come to me like, hey, there's an event going on, like, do you want to promote this or whatever? It's like, yeah, I would love to promote it. Let's discuss a cost per tweet, or let's discuss a flat rate, and you can give me deliverables, and we'll see how many times you want me to tweet. There's no fucking way that shit is getting promoted.
Now I know.
You got taken for a ride, and everybody that was that, and not only did a lot of you guys get taken for a ride, a lot of you guys were promoting the event, which led to direct ticket sales, but then they were further denied being allowed to give panels on what they wanted to talk about. So it was like, yeah, that was real fun. And then on top of all of that, some of the funds that were going to Kilroy, and I looked at the money raised on the page. Now, maybe this was hidden under quote unquote administration fees. I didn't see anything listed there saying that they were going to be paying speaker fees on that page where they raised the money.
We got fucked, man.
Yeah, that was really weird. The fact that you would take somebody, make them sign like a non-compete, and then not pay them a speaking fee, and then NDA I don't know. That was funny as fuck. That shit was just fucking stupid.
We should have. I should have went to, because dude, I had a fucking bad gut feeling for a while, and Chris actually dropped out 2 months before I did because he's just like, I don't know, man. Like everything's just not adding up to me. It's just not adding up to me. So yeah, that event is absolutely fucked, and what she did is illegal, and she admitted it on a video. She admitted that she.
Well, I don't know if she did anything illegal. I was just
She did.
highly
No, she did.
unethical.
Actually, she had used people's faces without contracts being signed to promote the event to get money, which is against Arizona advertising laws. And she says it.
Okay, yeah, then yeah, rip.
So, you know, I might be DMing with some people about some shit. So let's see what happens. She better be handing out refunds, based mama. If you could hear this, if the people who are emailing me and messaging me aren't getting their refunds because you closed down your PayPal refund thing.
Wait, did she should refund at least just to keep the fire from growing.
Nope. I am getting fucking I could release them actually, some pictures, print screens of people trying to refund and it's saying that you cannot refund, like it's been stopped.
There's a lot of different avenues that have kind of been closed off, but Suit Yourself posted a video today of a way to get your refund money back from Kilroy. Real quick, let me try to get some of these signs thrown out here. Fuck what for $5, Mr. Metokur. How did you feel when Andy made a cripple cry on the Kumite? I'm pretty sure he felt good. He seems to enjoy this shit. Low quality music. Oh shit. Low quality music. Put up one and it got fucking lost. There are so many of these now. We got way behind. Lots of fucking super chats.
Yeah, man. Yo, you hit your peak today. 1,350 people watching, brother.
Didn't I though?
That's your peak.
Yeah, that's
I hit 40 the other day. Hey, DesTiny,
what's up?
What is your I can't see your chat right now. What does your chat think of me? It's always a roller coaster when I rewatch.
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about it.
Probably similar to the
Andy's retarded.
No, it's probably this next sign. This next sign probably gets it. Andy is a stuttering bitch.
No. I'm actually really big on my community there. Even when I argue with like white nationalists and shit, like I try not to have people make fun of people for physical things. This is like something. This is why I'm kind of uncomfortable with everything with the JF shit. I really do try to stay away from the ad homs and stuff. I like to focus on the fact, on the arguments themselves. But the only reason I just want to reaffirm this a million times, like, or reinforce this, like the only reason I bring up the JF stuff is because he keeps going on shows and like defending it, which is like what really bothers me, because I don't know how many people will hear it and think that like this type of behavior is acceptable or admirable or whatever, when it's really, really, really bad. It's really gross, disgusting behavior. Even if the girl isn't mentally retarded, it's a really gross, disgusting behavior.
She's not mentally retarded though.
Wait, why do you say that?
Because that's not what it said.
Then why did she get guardianship?
Why did she get? Because that's what the judge ruled in that case. And there are
why did the judge rule? No, wait. Why did the judge give her a guardian then? Why?
I don't know, DesTiny. Why do you disagree with every other court judgment when it doesn't go the way that you think it should go, and you think that there is a bit of bias in the court systems against certain kinds of people any other time when you're ready to make that argument?
I don't.
Yes, you
do.
You say there's a bias against people who are colored in the judicial system. You say there's a bias against all kinds of people, but right now it doesn't suit your narrative to talk about how the judicial system can be wrong.
Okay, can you tell me what part of the judicial part here in this case, what part do you disagree with?
I didn't say it. That's not what I said. That's
Wait,
not
then
what I said, DesTiny. You know what I just said. You're not deaf.
Okay. Do you think that the issues that colored people face, I mean, like maybe if we were talking about like custody agreements, I could agree that there might be some bias here, but I was unaware that there was bias against Quebecians in the court system. I don't understand what you're getting at.
I think you know exactly what I'm getting at.
Can you spell
is
it out?
Is the court system a perfect thing, DesTiny?
No.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. And you make that argument on the frequent, but right now it doesn't suit your narrative to make that argument, so you're going to run away from that. And that's
okay.
Fine.
No, so this is like a really good propaganda point. I like that you brought this
up. That's not a propaganda point, DesTiny. That's what you do.
No. So what you're saying is that because the courts aren't perfect, every single ruling could be false?
Did I say that? Do you speak English? Are you is this your second language?
So you're saying, DesTiny, don't you argue sometimes that the courts are imperfect? And of course I do, because there are issues in the courts. And now you're saying, well, why can't that apply here? Well, you need to show how it applies here.
I'm not saying why that doesn't apply. I'm saying that it's hilarious how you always make the argument that the judicial system is flawed until today.
But I don't always make that argument. I only when speaking about specific issues. Well, you're trying to conflate like two like totally unrelated things. Like, hey, did you like sometimes minorities can face undue pressure in the court system?
It's unrelated, Steve.
Okay, cool. So now that we've established it's unrelated, can you tell me specifically in this case where you thought the judge was being unfair, or what part of the ruling you disagreed with?
Did I say that?
Yeah, you said that you felt like I'm picking and choosing the facts that I want to take.
That's not what I said.
Okay, so then do you think this ruling was fair?
Steve,
Wait, can you just answer that question? Do you think this ruling was fair?
Steve, I'm
Okay.
I'm
Let me
not
know,
one.
Andy.
I'm not your fan. I
Okay,
don't like
I
you.
can tell. I know. I can
I
tell.
don't play
And
that
I see
game.
why. I see why. So
No,
can you tell me what this court ruling-
no. You
Why can't
know
you just
why?
answer this
It's because
question?
you're a dishonest little shit.
Sure. So
That's
why
why I
can't you just
don't
answer
like
the
you.
question? I'm the most honest dude here in this fucking room, dude.
There's
Tell
nothing
me
honest
why-
about
tell me-
you. When
tell me-
you
tell
said
me-
earlier that you had never got pictures, and then you got pictures, then you fucking didn't
Okay,
message,
it was a,
then you
dude,
did
it
message.
was a semantics. Okay, I thought we were talking
no,
about
it's not
fucking
semantics,
nude.
Steve. You're
I
a slimy
clarified,
little
and I
shithead.
clarified.
You're
I
a
clarified
slimy fucking
immediately after,
shithead.
within the minute.
You're a
So
slimy
can you
fucking
tell me,
shithead.
for this court ruling, can you tell me if you agree or disagree with it? Why can't you just answer the question, dog? You're so honest.
Why is that? That's not what anyone was talking about. That's not
We were
relevant.
just talking about JS
No,
court
no.
ruling.
You're talking. No, we're talking about how you argue stupid shit. How you want to play one way, and then all of a sudden today, courts are a perfect thing. You're fucking annoying with that shit.
Never said courts. I never said courts were a perfect thing.
Then,
I just
then
said that
why
I
are you
agree.
leaning on court cases? You said earlier
Because I
you
agree
have
with
to
it
believe
here.
the judge.
Because
You
I
have
said
to
I agree
believe
with
the
it here.
judge.
Yeah, because the evidence seems pretty obvious. I agree with it here.
Oh, you agree here.
But-
I can't
but-
imagine why.
Andy, can you ask
imagine
Andy?
why.
Andy,
Step
'cause-
into
Andy,
what-
Andy, can you help me because he's really triggered now? Can you ask him
Wait.
if he agrees or disagrees
Nobody's
with the court ruling?
triggered, Destiny.
but-
You're just dumb and annoying.
Andy,
I
can you
don't
ask
like
him if he agrees? Andy, please just ask him if he agrees or disagrees with the ruling. I just
It's
want to hear what he says. He
irrelevant
won't
whether or
answer me.
not I agree with the ruling, you goofy shithead.
No,
The
hey,
problem
hey,
is
hey,
how
hey,
you
hey,
argue.
Hey, dudes. So I think what Tonka's trying to say to you
Uh-huh.
is you say that there is an unfair bias against black people in court cases. So you're pretty much just assuming that all of those cases, the judge is ruling wrong or is being racist. But in this case,
No, but that's
we
not
should-
true, Andy. You have to be careful when you make these statements. So my statement, insofar as the courts go with minority issues, is that there are problems in the courts related to minorities. You can also probably make some other broad statements. For instance, it seems like men have a really hard time getting custody of their children. Now, just because I make these statements doesn't mean that every single court case is wrong, and it doesn't even mean that every single court case against minorities was wrong. For instance, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, OJ, yeah, he was definitely innocent, blah, blah, blah. Like, there were some problems in that case as well. Just because I'm making a broad statement that, like, generally, there are some issues here, doesn't mean that you throw out the entire fucking thing. There's no hypocrisy there, unless you have, like, the mental fortitude of, like, a 4-year-old. Like, well, Destiny said that sometimes the courts are bad, and now he's saying this court
mental
case is
capacity
good.
of a
Now he's
4-year-old.
saying
That's
that
what
this court
happens.
case is good. So how can you do that,
Has
Destiny?
nothing to
Like,
do with how you conflate shit and you make ridiculously dishonest
conflating-
arguments.
what dishonest argument have I made?
You make plenty of dishonest
one.
arguments. Okay,
Name one.
the South Carolina voter law. It's racist. You're retarded.
Sure. So, are you calling the Supreme Court retarded? Oh, you don't. How about you pick a different topic? You don't want to go down this road, dude. Because
No, I'll go down this road because I'm a colored
really
guy
do?
who lived in South Carolina, and I made
Okay.
it just fine to the DMV to get my voter ID.
Cool. That's great for you, dude. So basically, what the Supreme Court decided.
I don't
okay,
care.
What the Oh, well, if you don't care about the facts, then what are we arguing about?
No, that's not the
I don't want
facts.
to argue
The
about
law
your
is not
feelings, dude.
racist.
I don't care.
The
I don't
law
care
is
how
not
you feel.
racist.
It was
Tell
racist,
me,
though.
give me the wording where it was racist. Hit me up.
The wording was when the state legislature very specifically requested voter data broken down by race in order to stop the ways that black people commonly voted in order to prevent them from voting. That was where the racial elements came in, and that's what the Supreme Court of the United States ruled. If you feel differently, dog, I don't give a fuck about your feelings.
It's got nothing to do with feelings.
It is because you just said I don't care what the Supreme Court
All right,
says.
show it to me, Destiny. You always say you can cite things. Hit me up with the citation. Show me that.
Where can I post into the chat here?
On the fucking chat icon, you retard.
You click on the bottom left. There's like a little bubble there. You see that? And you click that, and then it opens up. I'm gonna be back in 2 minutes. I'm gonna make some coffee.
Oh, the New York Times. No, I'm interested in court rulings. Remember, we go with those.
It's literally sourcing the
It's
Supreme
literally
You wanna
I would
read
like
the
this.
whole- You can't. You're too dumb to even read the article. The Supreme Court on Monday refused to revive a restrictive North Carolina voting law that a federal appeals court had struck down as an unconstitutional effort to target African. This is a quote now. Now, maybe you think the New York Times just makes up quotes. Edit quotes to target African Americans with almost surgical precision. I could give you if you want to go through the actual fucking court docs, like here's a link to that as well. We can read that if you want to.
Give me their direct quote on that thing that you said.
What?
All that the court seems to have found, according to your article, is it disproportionately affected African Americans.
Yes.
That's
the
not
goal-
what you said.
The goal of the state legislature
DesTiny, that's
was
not
to
what you
target
said.
African
Steve, that's
Americans.
not what you said. Why
What
are
do you
you
mean?
saying different things than what
What
the,
do you think? What do you
the thing
think
you
I
just
said?
sent me doesn't say what you said. It said that they found it disproportionately affected Africa. That's not the same as what you said, Steve.
Okay, here you go. You can get this. This is the worst.
Well, no, why are
argument.
you sending me another link? Why can't you
This
explain
is
why
the
this
Peter, 'cause
link's
wanna
not what
read
you
the court
said?
docs themselves, 'cause you're too
Why
dumb to
can't
read
why
the
can't
article.
you? No,
So here
you're
you go.
too dumb to read the article. It doesn't
Before
say what you
enacting that
said.
law- before
The article
enacting
doesn't
that
say what
law-
you said.
Before
The
enacting
article
that
doesn't
law,
say what you
the
said.
legislature requested data
The
on the
article
use by
doesn't
race
say
of
what
a number
you
of voting
said.
practices. Upon receipt of the race data, the General Assembly enacted legislation that restricted voting and registration in 5 different ways, all of which disproportionately affected African Americans. What more do you want, dude?
That's not what you said, Steve.
What do you think I said?
What do I know you said?
Yeah, what do you know I said?
I think everybody knows what you said.
Can you say it again?
Can you say it again?
I can't because I don't know what I said, dude. I need you to remind me, please.
That explains why your memory's so shit. You don't remember fucking with 15-year-olds, I guess.
I thought that I said that there was a targeting of black people, and that's why the Supreme Court didn't hear this case, and that's why this was struck down as being unconstitutional. I thought that's kind of what I said, but apparently I don't remember. So can you refresh my mind?
That's not quite what you said. It's a good thing it's recorded.
Tell me what I said. Tell me what I said, dude.
I don't know. I trust your memory, Steve.
Oh, okay.
I
Well,
trust
in that
your
case,
memory.
that's what I said. That's what the Supreme Court affirmed, and that's
We'll
why this
go
was
with
struck
that.
down as
We'll go with
unconstitutional.
that,
Yeah, we
Steve.
could go with that. I would. I'd be really nervous too if I had no fucking idea what I was talking about, and I just realized that this is actually like way more fucked up than I thought because you've probably only ever heard this on like fucking YouTube channels or some shit before.
No, I actually live
really
there, you
fucked up,
fucking
dude.
retard, but it's okay.
Damn, you live there and you didn't even know about this? Oof, that's yikes. That's pretty sad.
No,
man. You
I
should look
knew
into,
about
like, your
the
local politics
the
more.
ruling. It's just that you like to argue dishonestly about it, just like you
I'm
have
not
here
arguing
today.
dishonestly. I'm literally quoting at you why the Supreme Court
You
hear the
didn't
case
quote
again.
it. That's the thing. I'm looking at the quote. That's not what the quote was, you goofy little shithead. Why are you like
Where
that?
the Supreme Court said they didn't want to hear it because blacks were targeted with surgical precision? What part of that quote doesn't support what I just said?
Oh, well, that's not what the article said that you said. Why don't you? What's the issue there, Steve?
I can't tell if you're trolling or not anymore. Are you actually like a
Why
real
can't you-
person, or
why
is this
can't-
like what you're
can you
doing?
not
He's
tell?
not trolling. He's not trolling. This is
He's not trolling?
Tonka. I've been on the show for a long time. I've been his friend for a long time, and he's
Okay,
always
Andy, do
hated
you remember what I said earlier about the voting thing? So this is what the article says. You can tell me if you think this backs up my statement, or not. And then we can look at the court doc as well if you want. The Supreme Court on Monday refused
Do you
to
remember
revive-
what he said originally, Andy? Before he says anything else, do you remember his original statement?
Can you repeat that for me, just so I can have
No,
full context?
he doesn't want to repeat it, but he don't want to get back to him. But go ahead, read this. See if this sounds like what DesTiny said.
So the article says the Supreme Court on Monday refused to revive a restrictive North Carolina voting law that a federal appeals court had struck down as an unconstitutional effort to, and it quotes,
From the New
target
York Times article.
No, it's quoting from the court doc. Do you think that they put quotation marks to quote themselves?
I'm telling Andy what you're reading from, you little manlet. Fucking
Okay.
keep going.
So, North Carolina voting law that a federal appeals court had struck down as an unconstitutional effort to, and it quotes, target African Americans with almost surgical precision. If you click that link, it will show you the court docs, and within those court docs, you can see where the legislature, so quoting the court docs now, before enacting that law, the legislator requested data on the use by race of a number of voting practices. Upon receipt of the race data, the General Assembly enacted legislation that restricted voting and registration in 5 different ways, all of which disproportionately affected African Americans. We can go through each of these if you want, and you can make a decision on whether or not you thought this was to protect the integrity of the election or just to prevent black people from voting, if you want to go through each of the ways. But
Stephen Blackman again pointing out brilliant stuff as he always does. The Supreme Court only sees 70-ish cases a year there, Steve. Because they didn't hear it doesn't mean they agree with it.
Okay. So you think the Supreme Court would have overturned this if they heard it, but when they saw it,
Your laugh is as fake as your talking points, you
no,
little
it's just
manlet.
funny because you're this argument is hilarious. Like, well, the Supreme
Your
Court might have
argumenting
overturned
is
it.
hilarious,
But they
you
looked
little
at it
shit.
and they just don't hear enough cases, so they decided to just leave it. Like, no, that's not how that works. They didn't review it because they didn't think it was worth review because they agreed with the lower court's decision.
So that's not what you said before.
What do you think I said?
Little by
Andy, I
little,
can't take this
everything
guy.
that you said is bullshit. Every single
It's
thing you
not.
said is unraveling. Keep going.
The
though.
Supreme
Keep going,
Court
Steve.
agreed with the lower court's decision. That lower court agreed that that some of the voting practices that the state legislation had targeted was done so to prevent a specific race of people, African Americans, from voting. What do you disagree with here?
you're saying that this was racist in intent. You
Yes,
are trying
it
to
was.
paint it that way.
Yes, because it was.
No, just because people are disproportionately affected by something doesn't mean it is racist by intent. And you know that.
Why would the General
Why
Assembly...
would you make these
Whoa,
bullshit
can you-
arguments?
Okay, everybody, watch Tonka not answer this question, okay?
Everybody, watch Steve
Okay.
not answer anything that I've said so far.
Can you haven't asked
Watch
me the
him
questions,
just
except for
cry.
questions I can't possibly
cry.
answer. Like, what is the exact word you said? So, can you tell me?
You
why
can't
would
answer what you said a second ago? What the fuck
I don't
is wrong
remember
with
the
you?
exact because I don't keep a transcript of what I say in front of me.
Oh, everybody else does, apparently. That's why you're wrapped up with
No, not
15-year-olds
really.
right
I'm
now.
not asking you to because I'm not interested in what you said like 15 seconds. What's the exact sentence you said? I'm interested in what you think and like what your actual thoughts are, not like what is the verbatim words that you spoke 5 minutes ago. Like, fuck, dude. Can you tell me why would the General Assembly request racial information about voting data?
Why would they, DesTiny? You tell me. Why don't you tell me?
Because they wanted to restrict people of a certain race from voting.
So you can't look at any racial data or talk about race without all of a sudden it's racist, right?
Notice how he didn't answer the question. I'll ask one more time. Why would you request voter breakdown information by race?
I returned the question like you do with me.
So he's
Can
not
you
gonna answer it, Andy.
look
What do you wanna talk about,
look
Andy?
at the
This
stat?
is a waste of
No,
time.
can you look at a stat and you actually look at anything to do with race, have a conversation of anything to do with race without it being racist to the manlet? Is there anything we can do with race to where you're not going to scream and shit in your fucking diaper?
Why would you ask for a voter breakdown by race?
Who fucking cares, DesTiny? Why do you cry when they do?
Because it was racist, and we
Okay.
found it to be racist in the
All
United
right.
States. Yeah.
Cool. Everything's racist. Gotcha.
Everything is now everything. The reframing it since you think this one hyper-specific thing was racist, that the federal courts agreed was racist, that SCOTUS declined to hear because they thought they were right. You're telling me that now everything is racist. Wow, dude, that was a great reframing there. You're very intelligent, my dude.
We're gonna keep going in circles. Is there anything else you guys want to battle about? Or
Andy, so like here, like fuck, we could go through I'd have to find specifically, but like all the ways, like basically what they did was they found the common types of voter IDs that Black people use, expired, unexpired, expired or unexpired, or state issued or non-state issued.
And they can't go to DMVs. Black people aren't allowed there.
So they found these specific
Are
types
black
of
people
IDs.
allowed in DMVs, Steve? I keep
So they
forgetting.
found these specific
Are black
types of
people allowed in
IDs.
DMVs, Steve?
So they
Are
so
black
they,
people allowed in DMVs?
Do you think that a
Steve?
driver's license is the only ID you can
Are
get? Dude?
black
Did your
people
mom and dad
allowed
walk
at a
you to the
DMV, Steve? It's a
Yeah, but
simple
it's not a
question.
matter of
Yes
whether
or
or not
no?
you're
Yes or
allowed.
no?
It's
Are
not
black
a matter
people
of whether or
allowed
not
there?
you're allowed. When you live in
Okay,
mom and
cry
dad,
some
your whole
more,
fucking
cry
life,
some
dude,
more.
sometimes it's hard to go to the fucking DMV.
Cry
to
for
get
me,
your
Steve.
driver's
Cry
license.
for me.
I'm
Cry
not
for
crying.
me.
I don't have to. The courts agreed with
yes
me.
or
You're
no?
the one
Can
that's
black
gotta
people
cry,
go
dude.
to a DMV? It's
You're
a
the
simple
one that's
question.
gotta cry, dude.
It's a simple
Andy,
question.
so
Can
Andy, so
black people
basically-
go to a
and that's the
DMV?
answer his question.
Simple question, brother. Simple question. I know you're short. I know you can't reach the shelf, but I think you can do enough reaching to answer this.
Yeah. Okay, so Andy, what's up? Can black people go to the DMV? Yeah, sure, but that's not the question. The question is, do
So
black
they
people
can go to a DMV. They are
Sure.
allowed to
So the
get these
question is-
IDs.
The question is, do black people have the same access and opportunity of access to a DMV as white people? The answer to that is no. But that might be too complicated for your little smooth brain to understand. I'm not sure.
I know. I'm just a colored guy who's in South Carolina who managed to make
Okay.
it. DesTiny.
Well, I mean, you're
know.
already dumb because this happened in North Carolina, not South Carolina. Okay, so Andy, the basically what they did was they found these specific types of IDs that black people use, and then they made those types of IDs not allowed while keeping other types of IDs allowed. Another thing that they did is I think they let you do pre there's a word for the pre-voting. I don't remember what it's called exactly, but like you send into the early absentee ballot or whatever. You were allowed to do that like 13 days before the election. And what they found was that black people tended to do this a lot earlier than white people. So they made it so you could only do it 7 days before the election. How does something like this protect the integrity of your election, right?
May I ask you
The
something?
legal
Yeah, go
fucking
for it.
people
Yeah,
voting.
I want to ask you something. How?
Oh, they also shut down a shit ton of DMVs in the black communities where people
That
would go
doesn't
together.
mean they're not allowed at the other ones, motherfucker.
You're
What the
so
fuck?
stupid. It's not about being.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
so
dumb
stupid,
motherfucker.
you goofy little
Holy
shit.
shit. It's not about being
I ask a
allowed, you
question?
dumb
That's
motherfucker.
what it's
the fuck
about,
is
you
wrong?
dumb
No, it's
shit.
not.
Yes.
It's about opportunity of access. Holy shit, you're so fucking stupid. What did you say, Andy?
I was going to ask you, how do black people have less access to DMVs as opposed to any other race?
Your ability to procure certain types of IDs, including driver's license, is often tied, I know this is going to really upset your friend, but oftentimes it's tied to your socioeconomic status. Your ability to get out of the house, to schedule an hour of time to go and get an ID or whatever, whether or not a person could or couldn't, is oftentimes tied to their socioeconomic status. So for instance, if I'm a very wealthy person, scheduling an hour or two out of my day to get the documents and to drive down to the DMV or whatever is not a big fucking deal. I can do it or whatever, right? If you're incredibly poor, if you're working a lot of jobs, if you have to, catch the bus to go to places, sometimes it can be really hard to get, or it can be harder for you rather than another person to get that type of ID. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, no, I just want to say, because I've said this before. So you're saying
black people can't multitask, Andy.
Yeah, well, they can't make it to there because of their socio.
So it's not that black people can't. No, wait, real quick. I just want to clarify because he said something really dumb. Real quick. It's not that black people can't do something. It's that poor people tend to not be able to do something, and black people tend to be poor. Okay, go ahead.
Perfect. So that actually helps my point a little bit.
Okay.
Not per capita. There are more poor white people in America than black people. So how is it a race thing if it affects poor people, not only black people? Per capita, there might be more black people who are poor. However, there are more poor white people. So there's a larger percentage of white people who have to face the same problem.
Because you're looking at a percentage of the group that's affected, not the absolute numbers. I know we kind of talked about this before, but like if you enact a law that impacts 100% of black people, but 10% of white people, but the absolute, or that, yeah,
100% of black people.
Yeah, 100% of black people, but like 20% of white people. But if the absolute numbers are the same, then you wouldn't say that that's a fair law because every black person is impacted, but only a quintile of white people are impacted.
So you're saying 100% of black people are poor?
Yeah.
No, I'm giving you an example. I'm saying that if you were to enact a law that impacts 100% of black people, but only 20% of white people, but even if that 20% of white people was more, you wouldn't say, oh, well, look, the law's not racist. It affects more white people than black people. You would say, well, no, only 1/5 of white people are being impacted. Every single black person is being impacted, right?
That's so racist.
Don't you think it's a little bit tinfoil hat-ish?
No, it's just how stats and numbers work. What do you mean?
No, I just mean like the idea that
don't you think it's racist?
It's targeted towards black people.
Okay, so Andy, I love you, dude. Okay, Andy, I love you.
I love you too.
This is one of the things.
People hate that I love you, by the way.
I know.
People are DMing me like, why are you his friend? I'm like, because he's crazy.
Andy, this particular thing, nobody seriously contests this. This is like an open and closed case. What happened in North Carolina was the General Assembly said, hey, voting people, can you give us a breakdown of the information on how people vote by race? And then once they had that information, they found specific voting places that were mainly used by black people. They shut those down. They found specific forms of ID that black people used. They disallowed those forms of ID. They found specific ways that black people would vote, for instance, sending in the absentee ballot like 12 or 13 days early instead of 7 days early, and they restricted the voting time. This is why the court docs themselves use the phrase, quote unquote, surgically targeted. The legislature basically went through the racial data, and in every way they could, they tried to restrict black people from voting in as many ways as possible. This is like an open and shut. Nobody disagrees with this interpretation. There's no wiggle room here. The assembly was trying to prevent black people from voting in whatever way possible. Unless you can give me, or Tonka, I know he can't, but if you can give me an argument for why would it make sense to shut down these voting places, why would it make sense to disallow some forms of voter ID, why would it make sense to restrict your early voting from 13 days to 7, or why do we need this type of voter ID at all when widespread voter fraud has never even been proven? Like, if anybody has an answer to any of those questions.
With the widespread voter fraud. Yeah, what if you just don't want voter fraud? How about that? What if you
we don't have voter fraud?
There is voter fraud. There's been voter fraud. It's been
really?
Like maybe not widespread, Chief, but
can you show me that anywhere? You did a source you some earlier,
anywhere.
So why don't you tell me? Give me an article or something that talks about.
Okay,
like, voter
say
fraud
right now. Say
US.
right now.
Okay,
definitively, there has never been voter fraud. Say it.
No, not definitively, but there's never been voter fraud.
No, say it definitively. If you're going to tell me that I can't.
No,
I'm
not going to say there's never been voter fraud.
Okay, so there's been voter fraud, so people would have a concern with maybe trying to stop it from happening. Yes.
The problem is you're talking about putting a road.
Tonka. Sorry.
The problem is you're talking about putting a roadblock up in front of your most important constitutional right. If we're going to do this,
that's retarded. It's not a roadblock. It is a streamlined thing. It's where you have to take a different avenue, not a roadblock, and you fucking know that.
Okay, let's say that I go to vote and they tell me you don't have an ID and I have to go get an ID to vote. What would you call the process of having to get that ID? It's something in the blank.
It's called a process. It's called a process, Steve. That's what it's called.
So that process might be blanking you. What would be a word that we could use there? Roadblocking. Like if you're going to
so
argue
nobody
that,
should
like,
have any
basic
voter
English,
ID then, Steve. Nobody should have any voter ID.
It hasn't been
Voter
demonstrated.
IDs are roadblocks. That's what you're saying. That's your fucking argument.
By definition, they are. Yes.
Okay, so
The-
voter
you can
IDs are roadblocks.
Now, you can argue that the roadblock might be necessary.
So we don't. Okay, so the roadblock is necessary, and that is what I was arguing. They
There
deemed
you
it fit
go.
that it was
now,
necessary.
for you to argue that we're going to put
I'm
a
not
roadblock
arguing
in
that.
front,
That's what they argued when they made those laws. That's what it was. They thought that it was
they lost that
necessary.
argument. In which case, you lost that argument. So we're done.
They
What do you
didn't
wanna talk
lose
about
that
next?
argument.
They
I'm
did
not-
because it was struck down as
Jesus Christ.
unconstitutional. What do you mean they didn't lose the argument? They
Laws
clearly
are not
did.
arguments, Steve. What are you doing? Why are you conflating? What are you
You
doing?
just said they
this
made
is why
the argument.
I fucking hate you. You're such a piece of shit.
Holy shit! You're like really fucking dumb.
You're like really fucking
I feel like I'm
slimy.
talking to like. Are you like the black version of no bullshit? Are you guys like fucking separated at birth? Like what?
Hey,
like, holy
don't
shit.
don't insult Tonka.
Well, he's being really fucking stupid. Like
no, you're
this is,
being
like, the
really
most-
fucking obtuse to run away from the shit that you do.
How am
You
I
have a
being
good memory
obtuse?
than a
I'm
bad
literally
memory.
quoting the court docs.
No,
at
you're
you, my
not.
dude.
You're quoting a
I
New York
am.
Times article. You're not looking at court documents. You know what you're doing.
I
and
can
you play
link it
these
to you a
games.
third time. I don't know if maybe you didn't see the other two links. There it is again, my dude. I know you called me dumb earlier. If you scroll up, look at how I linked it 3 times. These are the court
And
docs.
the wording isn't there.
What wording is not here?
The quote that you keep
Which quote?
using.
About the black people.
Here
Right.
is a quote from the court document itself. If you want, you can push Control and F on your keyboard at the same time after you've opened it up, and you can type in surgical. That's SURGICAL. Okay, you can type that into your little search bar, and
Actually, I
what?
don't think
It looks like
Now, what's
like
this?
that is an opinion.
All right.
In response to claims, an
Wait,
opinion of a court, my dude. In
although-
response to claims that intentional racial discrimination animated its actions, the state offered only meager justifications. Although the
About
new
that
provisions
intent, though.
target
About
African
that
Americans
intent,
with
though.
almost surgical precision.
About
they
that
constitute
intent,
inept
though.
remedies for the problems assertedly justifying them, and in
About
fact impose.
that intent, though.
Yeah, the intent was ruled to be racist.
Actually, Tonka, this is pretty weird. This is
It's
pretty
not
fucked,
weird,
actually.
Andy. It's not.
No,
contested.
fuck,
Nobody
fucked, or
contested.
something.
It's obvious. They wanted to keep black people from voting.
This is not. Yeah, actually, Tonka, this doesn't look good, man.
It doesn't have to look good. They wanted
Look,
to
look,
streamline
in
their
response
process,
to
and they are
claims that-
totally able to do it. There's nothing.
Now, Andy,
Now
read
he
this,
can
read
feel
this.
better.
Andy,
He can
yeah,
feel
yeah,
better
yeah.
about
I
saying
wanna
that it's
read this. I
racist
wanna
if
read
that's
this.
what he wants to do.
Andy, can you just ask Tonka, why would they restrict the voting practices in these ways? Why would they request voter
thing is,
breakdown
actually-
by race? Ask him, why would they restrict
I
voter
think-
breakdown by race?
I think the most fucked up line is, although the new provisions target African Americans with almost surgical precision, they constitute an inapt remedies for the problems assertedly justifying them, and in fact impose cures for problems that did not exist. Wait, what?
Ah, like voter fraud. Ah, interesting.
That's not what they say, though.
Tonka, it is. I'm reading the court case right now.
No, it doesn't say voter fraud.
But that's a New York Times court case.
No, that's not what anybody
What do you
said.
think
But-
you're
no, hang on,
streamlining
hang on,
your
hang on.
voter
But-
process for?
Hey,
It's to
Tonka,
prevent
Tonka.
voter fraud, dude.
Yeah,
Are you
I'm throwing you a
serious?
bone. I'm throwing you a bone, dude. Watch. So Tonka, the idea that they are adding this new provision or whatever thing to stop the ID stuff was to fix something, right? But since it attacks African Americans with almost surgical precision and a problem that didn't exist, the provision that was being used was to prevent voter fraud.
And
Right?
as DesTiny has done on many occasions,
I hate
disagree
agreeing with DesTiny.
I
You think I-
disagree
you
with
think
the
I feel
courts
good?
here. Just
think I feel
no,
good?
just as
On what
DesTiny
ground do
does.
you disagree with the courts, my good sir?
I do not find it to be a racist law. I
Why?
don't. Because closing places down and everybody still being allowed to go to the same goddamn places to get things.
Let's say you have to drive 30 minutes away to vote instead of 5 minutes away to vote. Do you
Am I
think
allowed
you
to
have
do
the
it?
same? Do you think you have the same opportunity?
allowed to do
vote?
it?
It's not about being allowed to
Yes,
do it. It's
it
about
is.
having the opportunity. No, it's not, you dumb motherfucker. How can
No.
you say this?
No,
Andy,
that's-
do you think that it's just about whether or not you're allowed to do something versus whether or not you have the opportunity?
Sorry, my bad. 1 second, guys.
I can't. Yeah. Okay. I guess like if your whole goal is like, are you physically capable of doing it? Then I guess there's like no breaking through to you. Thank God, like the courts don't look at anything like this. Nobody looks at anything like this because it's the dumbest, most one-dimensional way to view a problem ever.
yeah, like I don't know. everything with you is it's so nuanced, DesTiny.
Well,
I'm glad you graced
real
it
life
with us.
is really
Graced
nuanced.
us
I know
with
that we like to just say like, oh, binary, A, B, this is how, are you allowed to do something? I know that would be like the world you want to live in, but unfortunately,
You don't know
reality is a
what
little
world
bit
I
more
want to live in,
complicated.
Steve. Save it.
Reality is a little bit more complicated, my
Save
dear.
it. Save it. No. Yes, reality is so complicated. You
It's a
end up
little
with
bit more-
15-year-old girls who want to meet you,
It's
right?
a little bit more complicated. I know you love to run back to
It's
that.
that it's that comfortable, right? No, dude, I think you're a piece of shit.
It's okay, man. I know you do. It's great. I know why though.
Why? Why do
Because
I
you're
think
fucking
you're a piece of shit?
retarded. You're legitimately retarded.
No, I hate you,
no
dude.
bullshit.
I hate you
know
because you're a slimy
because-
little shit, and the shit
You
that
hate
you
me
pull on
because-
people, and that you're probably a pedophile from what everybody's saying.
Okay. The problem is that you're a demagogue. You have your narrative.
I'm a
that you-
demagogue
and
because I
anytime
don't
you
like
say
you.
something-
Because
No,
I don't
you
like
have
you.
like your little worldview and anything that goes
My little
against this
worldview.
evil, it's got to come
My
from
little worldview
pedophiles,
from the
like,
little
oh,
man.
no. Yeah, it's funny, dude.
Dude, you're
It's all
getting
good.
pictures from 15-year-old girls, sharing them to your fucking buddies. You're not
I
shocking
didn't share a
anybody.
picture of a 15-year-old any fucking dude.
That's not what it looked like.
And I
Them
deleted
chat
that
logs
shit.
don't look like
All
they're
right, I'm gonna
lying.
get into my email right now. I'm gonna email you a picture of a 15-year-old.
I
Are you
don't
ready to be
want
an
an
evil person?
email.
Are you
from
ready to be? An
I
evil
don't
person?
want to have anything
Wait, hang
to
on,
do
hang on,
with
hang
you,
on,
Steve.
Yeah, what's up?
Everyone. Okay, I want to ask because people in the chat are going, "Oh, Andy, shut up! You're wrong about this." Blah blah blah. Okay, everyone. Now, here's what I'm gonna do.
Mhm.
I'm gonna grab this link. And I'm gonna fucking spam it in the chat. All right. Hang on, I'm gonna do this. I want everyone to be fucking at least seeing what we're talking about. So I'm spamming this shit. All right.
Again, it's a ruling,
There it is.
But-
Now, hang on, hang on.
Justice Steve has disagreed with many rulings before. I disagree
What
with this
rulings have
one.
I disagreed with?
Many of them.
Name
All right,
one.
everyone-
Name one.
Hey, wait. Please, hang
You
on.
can't let him get away with it, Andy.
Everyone, just click that. All right. Just click that link,
Mhm.
everyone, and then hit Control F and type in surgical, SURGICAL. It will bring you down about 1/8 of the page. Now read from the in response onward, and then you guys make your decision. Okay. I'd appreciate here. I'm gonna spam it one more time because the chat's fucking flying like fucking the most ridiculous shit I've ever seen in my entire life. Okay. I don't want you to take DesTiny's word or Tonka's word. You read that shit and make up your own fucking mind. How about that? Dead fucking link. What are you talking about? Not found.
I think it's getting cut in half by YouTube like it always does.
Okay. You know what? Fuck. Where do I put this? Shit. How do we send this shit out, dude?
If you want, you can use like Bitly or something to make a shortened link, or Google I think might allow you to make a shortened link, and you might be able to copy paste that.
All right, I'm gonna do that right now. Everyone's like yelling at me. How about you guys read the fucking thing? All right. Tonka gave his point of view. I gave my point of view. Now I want you all to make your own fucking decision because I'm sick of this fucking people in the audience taking the side of who they like better, what YouTuber they like better. Guys, stop fucking chat for a second. There it is. Click it. Everyone click it. And make your own fucking mind up. How about you guys be there? It is. Set the goddamn. It's right there, motherfuckers. Okay. I'm not gonna tweet it because everyone's gonna be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Okay, so there it is, guys. Okay, it works. Cool. There you go. Now, all ya, stop taking over the show. Go fuck your mother. Talking. We're just talking. I'm just asking you guys to make your own fucking decision. Okay. Good faggots. I'm sick of these fucking cocksuckers.
Well,
I'm gonna read a sign. Warski, keep your promise. Jim, save us from failure. He is the next Hitler reborn. Low quality post for $2. I'm gonna stop a hole in Andy and walk it dry. Fuckwad for 10. DesTiny grooms children because he wants to date people his height or shorter. Something stupid for $2. Happy 1K viewers. Hashtag kick midgets. Gunfox.
I'm sorry for everyone. When you're on that page, hit Control F and spell out surgical in your find. It's SURGICAL, and it will bring you down to the page and start reading on the start of that page. Okay,
Yeah.
Thank you.
Gunfox61 for $2. Over 1,000 viewers. I noticed. Steve touches kids, but Andy still stutters. Johnny Joe Star, type 1 if you think DesTiny's a pedo. I don't know if that narrative is gonna die for a while. Jesus Christ.
It's not an article, guys. It's a fucking court document, for fuck's sake.
This
they're
one's a
confused
court document.
because
He started with an
confused
article.
because he keeps saying it's an article because he's one of those people that
No,
thinks, like,
because he's
everything
one of
from the
those
New York
people who
Times
linked
is,
the
like,
fucking
fake or
article
something.
first.
Well,
That's
because
what
the
he
article
did.
summarizes the court case. The court
Well,
case was
yeah,
immediately clickable in the very first paragraph. But I know that
It's
seeing
very-
like a New
it's-
York Times
yeah,
link
it's
is really
very-
scary for you. I'm sure if it's not like
Yeah,
Breitbart
it's
or the Daily
horrifying. It's
Caller,
horrifying.
Like, yeah,
I
you
care.
get like super triggered, like, oh God, liberal.
Oh yeah. I'm totally politically affiliated
Oh,
like that. You
God.
fucking hobbit.
I'm in South Carolina.
Will
I
you
know all
shut
about
your
this
fucking
voter
dick
law.
licker so I can
Oh,
get some
wait,
shit
it was
read,
the
little
wrong
man?
state. I'm
Hey,
at the
Bilbo,
South
Bilbo,
Carolina.
Bilbo, shut the fuck up. I got to get some shit read here, Bilbo. Shut up.
Oh, my bad, dude.
Put on the ring. Go invisible for a minute.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Okay. Something stupid says, happy 1K viewers. I'd already got that one. Johnny Joe Star, type 1 if you think Destiny's a pedo. Ivy Sparks, JF, picked up a 19-year-old. Destiny picks up a 15-year-old. Fuck this cocksucker. Worst Edomite ever for $5. The Destiny Sidestep Shuffle. It's the new dance Steve does in every stream, while he is moral fagging and jacking off to 15-year-olds in bathing suits. Ragnarok. My problem is, where is she now? Is she still locked up by her family? Wouldn't a life with someone that loves you for yourself be the best option for her? That's a good point. Societal pillage for $5. Destiny, this pedo shit is just a bunch of nonsense from my chat. Also, Destiny, JF wants to impregnate women like some degenerate. Yeah, a little bit of a hypocritical little manlet, isn't he? Ethan Hurst.
Any 19-year-old retards out there want to come move to my house so I can fuck you and put a baby in you in 2 weeks, please? Go ahead and hit me up at my email. Thanks.
Any
Everyone
15-year-olds
clip
with
that clip and tweet it
swimsuits, shoot
out.
them over to him.
Yeah, remember that court
any
case where I was
15-year-olds with
trying to take
swimsuits,
ownership
shoot
of
those
a
right on over to
Oh,
Steve. He
shit, that
loves
didn't
them.
happen, though,
He
did it?
loves them.
By the way, I disagree with the
Ethan
court case because
Hurst,
there's a giant
will you
conspiracy
shut your
against everybody that's
goddamn
my
cocksucker
friend.
so I can finish these fucking signs? Ethan Hurst for $5. I agree with Andy. People have no idea how to think for themselves, so they just go with whomever they like better. Down forward punch for $5. One sentence from an 83-page court document. Andy, you have to ensure that you have the full context. Yeah, that's just one of the opinions.
Yeah, no,
of the
for
judge.
sure. And look,
Andy,
I-
it's not debated,
would-
my dude.
I would have.
Yeah, it's not debatable. It's totally
Yeah,
not
that's
debatable.
one
That's
thing,
why
but
people
I say-
debated. God, you're
I'll
I'll
retarded.
take a friendly $100 on this right now.
guys,
dude.
guys,
It's
I
not
have to say
debatable.
one thing. I'm sick of fucking people telling me to just say that Destiny is wrong for the sake of them hating him. All right, like I have
won't
to
say he's
research
wrong
and look
because I
into all
hate
this stuff. And look, Tonka, are you upset with me that I saw that and went, maybe he's onto something? Are you
No.
mad at me for that?
No,
So
no.
everyone
I do not
watching
hate
by-
people who disagree with me. I hate Destiny because he's a slimy piece
And
of
look,
shit.
and also I hate when people hate Destiny, and then I go, oh, he makes a point with that, and then people are like, oh my God, Andy agreed with Destiny. Oh, God forbid someone you hate might be right one time. Like seriously, guys, when people fucking hate me, and then I might be right, and they're like, why would you agree with Andy when I'm obviously making a point? Like, come on, guys, fucking let's all fucking be honest here with each other. Come on. I don't know. I'm just fucking.
I'll be honest. Again, I'll say that the Supreme Court can disagree with me. I disagree with him. I don't care.
But you have no basis on which to disagree. You
I
just
have fucking stated it, you impotent little midget.
really want to state it again, buddy?
Holy shit. English your first language, Steve.
Yeah.
You could have
That's
fooled
why I know
me.
the difference between South and North.
You could have fooled me, motherfucker. You said South in your stream with Metokur. We will go with Rachel for $5. I have a law. I agree. It is insulting to black people to say that they are not capable of getting ID. The ruling is bigotry of low expectation. Oh, bigotry of low expectation is Bilbo Baggins' fucking trade.
What? I have low expectations of people that are in poor socioeconomic.
I'm glad
standing.
that you
Yeah, of course.
recognize that you're Bilbo Baggins.
Yeah, everybody does. That's just a fact of life.
Hey, Tonka.
Hmm?
Aside from this subject, what else? Because you've hated Destiny for a while, right? Why don't you like Destiny? Besides,
Just a
like,
terribly dishonest man. Just a slimy little shit who paints people.
Ask him
as
how I'm
things that-
dishonest, Andy.
You
Ask him to
paint
give an
people.
example.
No, you paint people into corners where you know that they don't know what they're talking about. Great example, Jontron. You paint the fucker into a corner. You know he wasn't equipped for that talk, and you know what you fucking
Then why
did.
did he agree to come on? All I did was ask him questions, my dude.
You know what you did. You fucking
Really?
got on
Name
Twitter.
one time-
You got
name
on
one
Twitter.
time where I
You thought he
painted-
was going to come in and
Hey.
just have a discussion, and that's what it looked like on Twitter.
Sure.
Everybody can go
you
and look at
name
the tweets,
one
and then you
time
got
in
him
that
on there.
conversation? Go ahead, dude. Name one time in that conversation where I was unfair to John.
Can you shut
Name
the
a single
fuck up
time.
and let people finish what they're saying, you little
Go
fuck?
ahead. Name one time, dude.
I'm not interested. I was still talking. Men
'cause
were
you don't have the
talking.
time.
No,
Go
men
ahead.
were talking.
Keep making your random bullshit.
That's why I hate Destiny, Andy.
Yep.
That's why.
So this is Andy. This is my problem with people
He's
in
a
the
fake
corporate
little
skeptic.
piece of
I
shit.
don't know if he is. A
He
skeptic.
does.
If
he's
I
not a
was-
skeptic.
Yeah,
He
but
is
this
a
is
fake little shit.
This is like usually par for the course. It's typically you'll make broad, unspecific assertions, and then you just kind of hope that everybody piles on. Notice how whenever
That's not a
and
broad
Andy-
assertion. I would have finished saying
Andy,
something, but
Andy,
you can't
Andy,
shut the
notice
fuck
how,
up for 2 seconds, just like you're
Andy,
doing
notice
right now.
how
Have a cry about it, DesTiny. Have a fucking
Okay,
cry
I'm sorry. Were you
about
going to
it.
name a specific time where I was unfair to JonTron?
Well, okay, can somebody get finished fucking talking without you fucking having a goddamn hissy fit? Can we
Yeah,
do
go
that?
ahead, go for
Are
it,
you gonna
dude.
pitch a bitch in the middle of another sentence? Can you do it? Can you make it through letting someone else
Are you
get
actually
something?
going to talk, or are you just going to sit here and?
Oh, I will do whatever I want. I'm on my channel, you little fuck. Well, you want to kick rocks? You can get the fuck out. I don't care.
Are you going to talk?
Are you done? That's my question.
Yeah, I've been waiting for you to talk for like 2 minutes.
You're
now.
still
Go ahead.
fucking flapping your gums. What are you doing? Okay. You paint people into fucking corners. You fuck with people. You know that JonTron wasn't ready to have that conversation. You know JonTron's a guy. He's just some fucking dude who fucks around bullshitting about video games. You know what the fuck you were doing. You had like these big fucking talks with him about shit you know he didn't know anything about. And you fucking wanna sit there like some fucking proud motherfucker that you did that shit. You're a piece of shit. You're a little piece of shit. That's the kind of victories that you get in life because you're a failed StarCraft player. You're a failed fucking loser. That's what you are. This is what you do.
I'm not
You
a StarCraft
pontificate.
player, my dude. I'm
You
just kidding. Are you
pontificate to
done?
14-year-olds about philosophy like you
Yep.
fucking matter. You're a
Yep.
scumbag.
All right.
Absolute
So-
fucking scumbag.
Okay, so I'm assuming you're done now. Can you go ahead and name?
Then
But-
you're
but-
assuming
but-
wrong.
but-
You're
but-
assuming
but-
wrong,
but-
you little piece of
but-
shit.
but-
I'll tell you when I'm fucking done.
Andy,
you
can you
little
like
fuck.
message me when he's fucking done with this little?
Wait,
time?
I'm about it for a second. There are times, and I agree with Tonka on this, that you have piled on 2 or 3 questions in a row.
JF's
try
a
and, like-
pedophile, but I don't talk about that. By the way, I'm a pedophile. You're
Did I ever
shitty.
say JF was a pedophile? Never made that claim a single time in my life.
He's fucking with young girls who are they can't. You're shitty.
I didn't say pedophile.
You're shitty.
Never said pedophile.
You're shitty.
So, Andy,
You play word games, you little piece of shit.
fuck, is this guy done? Holy
Fucking
shit.
leave, you faggot. You don't have
Okay,
to be
so-
here.
So, firstly, whenever
Firstly-
there's like a million
firstly-
things that are unnecessary. Okay, well, actually, let's just go back to the very beginning. Can you name a time where I was ever unfair to JonTron? Can you name a specific example from that
The
conversation?
entire conversation.
So,
Name
Andy,
one
this is
thing
my
you
problem.
did that wasn't
with that,
fair.
I didn't get to finish earlier.
Name one
because
thing
this
you
guy is
did that
triggered out of
wasn't
his
fair.
fucking mind. Holy
I'm
shit!
not triggered because
So-
I don't like you.
Every time I run into these people, they can never give me an example. This is my whole conversation.
Easy.
with
All right,
Jeff.
fine. We'll go with an easy example. The
yeah, go for
having the economic fucking conversation with JonTron.
What question did I ask that was unfair?
Holy shit! The fact that you're having an economical conversation with JonTron.
Okay, so I don't.
Why
know
don't you get fucking Shoe Nice in there next week, you fucking schmuck?
Because she dodges me. She'll never talk to me because she knows she can't have
That's
it.
a he, you fucking retard.
Wait, did you say shoe on head?
No, shoe nice. You know that fucking alcoholic.
Oh, I don't know who
motherfucker?
shoe nice is. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I said shoe on head. My bad.
The retard.
So Andy, this is like my huge problem with these people, right? Is notice how every time I push, they will never cite a specific.
I just
example.
cited something, you piece
He
of
said,
shit.
Talk about economical. I don't know what the fuck that
I
means.
said
don't
having
even
an
talk about-
economical discussion with JonTron. Open your fucking ears, you retard.
Okay, when did we talk about economics? I don't even really remember talking.
A second
about
ago, you
economics.
just said that you did. And that,
Did I? I don't think I did. I don't remember talking about economics with JonTron. When did I talk about economics with JonTron?
This is why people hate you. Don't ask why people hate you.
Wait,
Listen.
oh, I'm curious. What questions did I ask? What did I say that was unfair about economics with JonTron?
Okay,
I'll be
I'm
fair- I'll
triggered
be
now.
fair.
I want to kill
Andy,
myself.
can I tell
This
you
guy's a
exactly?
piece of
Andy,
shit.
Andy,
I
wait,
didn't
Andy,
watch
really,
that.
really,
This guy's such a
Andy,
fucking
Andy,
scumbag.
Andy, can I
Wait,
tell you exactly?
why is the child? Why am I
Andy,
being a faggot?
Andy, don't wait. Listen, Andy,
Pile onto
can I tell you-
DesTiny?
I
Fucking
can tell you
shut up.
exactly what's going on right now, okay? This guy probably didn't even watch the video. He watched the 4 Sargon clips.
No.
And in one
I've
of the
watched
Sargon
plenty.
clips-
I've watched
in one
plenty of
the
your
Sargon
videos.
clips,
I've watched plenty of your
I asked
videos.
JonTron, I said, well, what's wrong with communism, JonTron? So he probably thinks we had a huge conversation on
watch that.
economics,
I watched
even
that.
though that was
That's
a
not what I
one-time
watched.
throwaway comment.
It's not
Then
what I
really, then
watched.
can you tell me, what did we and JonTron talk about for economics?
Oh, you talked about plenty of shit. Do
Like
you want
what?
to talk about
One
Martin
thing,
Shkreli
don't
for a second?
Stop talking about
Do you want
plenty
to
of
talk about
shit.
anything? Oh, well, what were you doing? What
Can
were
you
you
name
doing?
one
You're
thing?
inviting.
One
What were you
topic.
inviting JonTron to talk about? Tell me what you
I
invited him
invited
to talk about.
JonTron to speak because I'd heard him on a couple live streams prior speaking to people like Sargon about stuff that sounded kind of white nationalist.
You
to me.
didn't like that he was talking to people you don't like, do you? So you
No, I
wanted to
thought that's
bring
what
him
he
in
said
and
that he was
paint him
saying.
as a racist because
I
you
didn't
know
try
how
to
do
paint
that.
anybody as. How did I paint him as a racist? Can you give me an example?
Ask him a bunch of questions to shit you know he doesn't know.
So asking somebody questions now paints them as a
If
racist?
they don't know the fucking answer, you put them on the fucking spot and their dumb ass can't know. They can't figure out what you know what you're doing.
So you're saying that JonTron is so stupid that if he's asked
Yes,
a
I'm
question,
saying
he'll
JonTron
accidentally
is
become a
stupid. I don't
racist?
think JonTron is a very smart guy. Yes, I'm saying
Okay,
that.
but going back to your voter thing, he had the opportunity not to sound racist. Why didn't he just not sound racist?
Well, because JonTron took your invite. He didn't know what
Well,
you were
what are
wanting
you
to talk
talking
about. He said
Why
that
didn't
many
he just
times.
choose not to sound racist? Why didn't he just choose to say things that weren't racist,
As I
Tonka?
said before, JonTron is not a very smart man.
Okay, so JonTron is so stupid that you think that it precludes his ability to not sound racist when asked simple questions.
Yeah, he'll say things that you can paint to be racist, absolutely.
So can you give me an example of a question that I asked that forced him to give a racist response? Any question at all, even just one single question.
I'm not JonTron, so I wouldn't have been backed into that corner. JonTron,
So you can't think
on
of
the
a
other
single
hand.
question.
Oh, fuck.
You have such a strong opinion about me painting JonTron into a corner, but you can't think of a single unfair question that I asked
It's
him.
not just JonTron being painted into a corner. It's your entire
Okay, give me
being.
an example with anybody then, Tonka. A single example from any of the multitude of conversations I've had. Give me one.
One example of what? You painting people into a corner or trying
Sure,
to paint
yeah.
them into a corner?
Yeah.
The best one was, as I said a minute ago, trying to talk economics with fucking JonTron.
You can't name a single question, so you have to abandon that platform. I'm sorry. Think of a
I
different
have to abandon that platform because
Yeah,
I can't
because you can't
cite
think of
the
the
exact
example.
thing you said in a stream forever ago when you can't say exactly what you said 15 seconds ago in
I'm
this
not
stream.
asking for an example. I
Rules
just
for
want to know what the
ye, but
question
not
I
for
asked
me.
was.
That is how
How
Destiny
can you have
plays.
such a strong opinion about this and not remember fuck all about it? Holy
Jesus.
shit. Are you mentally retarded? Are you okay? Are you
I
getting
don't-
dick
I
pics
don't
from
know.
JF now?
I don't know. I might be getting dick pics from grown men, but I'm not getting 15-year-old girls to send me
You're
shit.
not getting 15-year-old girl dick pics? I didn't know you were into that kind of shit.
That seems to be your kind of shit, brother. That seems to be what you're into, according to these chat logs
So,
here.
Tonka, do you have a single example across any of the hundreds of conversations I've had by now? Do you have a single example of me painting
Pointed
somebody
to
into
quite a
corner?
few of them, but my favorite
Really? But you
example to
can't name
point
a
with to
single
you is that,
example.
and I have named an example. You can keep pretending I didn't if you like.
Really?
But
What
you've been
example did
blown
you
the
name?
fuck out quite a
What
few
example
times.
did you name? The economic one?
What?
But you can't name any questions. I didn't even talk about economics with JonTron. Not really.
You did though. Oh, not really. Now, are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. Oh, can you
Are you
refresh
sure?
my memory, Tonka?
Are you sure? Because I'm gonna cut it out. I'm gonna post it up after this. So are you sure that's the hill you want to die on? This,
So
Steve?
you don't remember. I mean, like
you don't remember
only
what you said 10
the
minutes
only
ago in
thing-
this very
only
stream,
thing-
eh?
No, I remember. I pretty much remember.
Like,
what I
you
said.
don't
The problem is,
remember
like,
what you
you're
said 5 minutes
twisting it
ago in this
so many
very
ways
stream,
because you're
right?
so uncomfortable with how fucking stupid
Wait,
you are.
wait,
And then, like,
Everyone's uncomfortable with
hop in
being
for a
stupid.
second.
Gotcha.
So basically, all the criticisms I hear of you, Destiny, is, well, first of all, like Tonka's point, you bring in
Scumfuck
someone.
15-year-old girls passing
Hey,
around
hey,
the
hey,
pictures,
hey, hey,
shit
hey,
like
well,
that.
Well, let me just finish this sentence. Let me just finish this sentence, dude. Like, you bringing in JonTron talking about economics or whatever, people who are unskilled while you have all your tabs open with all the information ready.
I don't have tabs open with it. This
or
is
whatever. You know what I mean? Like you've been, researching this stuff and you bring someone in.
Listen,
then
I
you
wanted
start-
to talk to JonTron because he was literally retweeting, a state representative in Iowa who was like supporting ethno states. So I just wanted to talk to JonTron. I wasn't throwing facts and figures at him. I wasn't throwing tons of sources or whatever.
Okay,
I was just having a conversation.
Hang on. But also the way you talk to people sometimes is you throw a question really quick and like over and over, and then you sort of pile on questions.
Much like the
It's-
Guardian
I don't
does.
do this.
Oh,
though,
yes,
Andy.
you fucking
People,
do it.
People
Yes, you
make the
fucking
claim
do.
that I do this, Andy. People claim I do this shit all the time.
Because you
Firstly,
do.
At the beginning of every debate, I'll always tell people, if I say, and you can go and watch a lot of my videos, I do this, I'll say, if I say anything that you disagree with, stop me immediately. We can talk about it because I like to go point by point, firstly. Secondly, I mean, I talk kind of quick. I understand that. But people will use this and say like, oh, well, Destiny just piles on point after point and never gives a blah, blah, blah. But they never give a single example, Andy. Never.
Okay, $5 from the Guardian. How about the statement of violent crimes when Destiny attacked JonTron on the statistics of crime by races? He painted JonTron as a racist then for reading stats.
Because JonTron was quoting something and the
Stats.
implication
He was
of-
quoting stats.
he was quoting a picture.
He was
not
quoting
stats.
stats, but the
He was
stats
quoting
were
a
accurate.
picture.
The stats were
By
accurate.
the way, that picture was later turned out to be not true because the Bureau of Justice Statistics doesn't even keep the stats that picture claimed it was keeping. But I wouldn't have expected you to do your homework there. That's okay, buddy. So the reason why
No,
I asked
didn't do it on
JonTron-
that one. If the
reason
stats
why- I know you
were
didn't. You
not
probably
accurate.
don't do it.
Hold on though. So since the stats are inaccurate and he was doing nothing but quoting stats, he's looking at a picture and quoting a picture. Are you racist for reading a picture now, Destiny?
So JonTron was saying that the
Are
reason
you
why-
racist for reading a picture now, Destiny?
No, not the picture, dude.
Okay.
It's not a
Got
singular
you. Got you.
thing.
Got you. Got you. Go
Life
ahead.
is a little bit more complicated than that. The reason
Obviously,
why
obviously.
the reason why it seemed kind of racist is because prior to quoting that picture, he had said that blacks in Africa commit crimes for the same reason that blacks in America do. Sounds kind of racist to me, buddy. And then to go on further and
That-
say, well, I've got a picture that says that rich black people commit just as much crime as poor white people. Like, that's a pretty insane fucking claim. And then when your source is literally a fucking picture posted on poll, yeah, it kind of sort of makes me wonder.
Okay, so again, does the picture make you racist? Reading pictures, you're racist for reading.
Is he really
this.
this stupid, Andy?
Are
Like, is
you
this
really
question?
this stupid?
Does reading the picture make you racist? No,
Okay,
that's not
if the
what I'm
answer
talking about,
the answer is no, and he doesn't understand the reasoning of what he's talking about, is it fair to paint him as a racist?
not painting him as a racist because of the picture.
You just said that you
I
did it
didn't
because
say
of the
that.
conclusions he reached because
Yeah.
of the picture and what he was pulling
No.
out of his ass.
Not because of the picture, for a lot of reasons. Do you want to go? We could go over the whole conversation. It's not just these one or two things.
Then
It
stop
really
saying
bothers
it's
you.
because of that. Stop saying it. You're the one
I
who says
have
it's
to
because
know,
of that.
because those are all part of the reason. He came on defending the idea of a white majority state. Okay, he was defending the white majority.
Oh, yikes. Real quick, I just got word that stat's not actually wrong that were on that picture. The stats don't appear to be wrong. Are you sure those stats were wrong? They look to be,
Yep.
they're looking
I
like
talked
they're
to
not
the guy
wrong.
that made the picture. You're saying it's looking like they're not wrong because a random retard in your chat messaged you and said they were right?
No,
I've got
I'm getting a
people-
bunch
we
of
actually-
messages from
we
people in my
emailed-
DMs who are saying
Okay,
that.
sure. Well, then here, ask them for this. Can you go ahead and ask them to email you a link to the Bureau of Justice Statistics where
Why
they
don't
keep-
you? Why don't
Because
you
I
try
already
to?
looked at. How can I tell you something that doesn't exist?
So you're going to say this doesn't exist. There's no
Correct.
way that
The
could
Bureau
happen.
of Justice
so
Statistics
if
does
I
not
get
document-
if I get that, you accept you're full of shit.
Sure. Yeah.
Cool.
Sure.
Kosher. Move on.
Yeah.
Go to the
The
next.
Bureau
Keep going.
now, not like, well, I've got a link of this here and a link of this here, and if I combine them and because that's how that picture was made. The guy
Oh,
linked like
people
6
gathering stats is how it was made. Is that what
at
you're
the
saying?
oh my god, you're such a fucking idiot! Holy shit!
No,
this is
you're
like-
the one
this is an
who's
amazing
trying. You're the one
conversation.
who's trying to paint
So,
things around like
there
this.
is a picture that was linked that said that I think it gave crime by breakdown by like race or something and income. And the Bureau of Justice Statistics, by their own admission, because people emailed them, do not keep these stats. The picture at the bottom of this picture, if it's the one that I'm thinking of, and you're probably looking at it, so you tell me, at the bottom it says this was sourced by the Bureau of Justice Statistics. They do not keep this data. So that source is a lie. When I talked to the guy, because I didn't talk to him, I had a friend that spoke to the guy and I saw the conversation. He said that what he did was he went to a bunch of different sites and he made a few educated guesses and he threw together a chart that he posted on poll. He wasn't sure if it was completely right, but he didn't expect it to become so popular. That's what the guy said, who actually created the image. So moving on from your one little fucking picture, I guess, that proves black people are all criminals. Moving on from that, the reason why I thought JonTron was being a little bit racist is because he'd made comments about integrating into a gene pool. He'd given me a picture about maintaining a white majority in the United States. He was retweeting an Iowa state senator who was in favor of an ethno state. He was talking about how blacks in Africa commit crimes for the same reasons that blacks in America do. He was trying to say that black people, even rich black people, are just inclined towards committing crime, even compared to poor white people. All of these things taken
You
together.
didn't press
kind
him
of-
on any of those things at all. You didn't lead him down that path in any way, did you?
I asked him questions. Am I not allowed to ask people questions?
Nobody said you weren't there, Steve. Quick
So
question. Why did only 1% of black people vote in 2012?
I'm not sure. I don't even know if that's a true stat. Is that true?
May I just read someone that's criticizing what I was saying about DesTiny? You are the ranting Roman. You are defending DesTiny because
Hold on, wait, real quick. Blacks outvoted whites in 2012, first time on record. Where are you getting this stat from, Tonka, or did you just pull this out of your ass too?
No, this was a question someone asked you. It was in the chat.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, okay. Sorry, go ahead, Andy.
Yeah, so it says you are defending DesTiny because you like him and are trying to be neutral, so fair enough. But you are wrong on the ruling. The court can't cite voter fraud because it can't detect voter fraud. That's an awesome point.
How is that? Wait, what? Well, there's a crime that exists, but we have no way of finding out if the crime exists, so we're going to go ahead and block people from voting? How is that a good argument?
It's an interesting argument. We've got something that's been sent to us. I want to
Your
sit
chat,
this over
your
here in
chat
the
right now
side
is
for a
literally spamming N-words shouldn't vote. Oh my god.
Yeah, okay, wait. On DesTiny,
You should click that link over there.
Hang on. Tonka usually gets about 500 to 600 viewers now. This is 1,500. There are some people like this.
Yes,
This
it's
is
totally
explosive.
my chat. I can be held
Yeah,
accountable
exactly.
for 1,000 people. There's DesTiny. Make that argument. You're good at those. Real quick, click that link over there in the side chat. Have a blast with it. I'm gonna play the 33 seconds here. Be right back.
Yeah, good luck, buddy.
Didn't that allegedly happen?
Didn't what?
That you trying, so there was like a chat
Oh shit!
log,
No, I did it. Yeah, I did.
allegedly, okay, of you.
Yeah, it wasn't a
saying
nude,
was
but yeah, I
hard
guess I did show the picture in the
to
chat.
not jerk your.
Okay, so Steve, you showed the picture of a 15-year-old girl in your chat. You lying piece of shit. Can we have a word now?
Chat. Listen, dude. I admit it. Yeah, I totally admit it. I did.
You admit it now after you've lied all fucking day.
Dude, these chat logs are
Scumbag.
literally. These chat logs are literally.
Scumbag.
Hang on, wait.
I don't care when the fuck
Now,
you
for
did
real,
it, you
for real,
piece of
Tonka,
shit. I will
Tonka.
snatch your manlet ass up and fuck your face.
Oh, fuck off, dude.
Hey,
No,
Tonka,
fuck you, you
Tonka.
little hobbit. I'll fuck your fucking face.
Yeah,
Fuck
I'm
you.
real fucking mad right now, dude.
Hey,
You
Tonka,
sound
do me a
real
favor.
mad. I'm glad you keep
You're as
retreating back to these
fucking,
chat logs.
you're as fucking
2012,
gross. You're as
dude.
fucking gross as
You don't
I
even
always
know
knew
what
you were.
fucking state
You're
you
as
live in, my
fucking
dog.
gross as I always knew you were.
Hang on, Tonka, do me one favor, just aside from your debates right now. Will you unmoderate King Carl? Like, for real, I've been watching him in the chat the whole time. It's just unmoderate him, because he's fucking literally ruining your entire chat right now.
I don't know. Maybe he likes it, dude. He sounds like he's got something against black people.
No.
Oh yeah, okay, sure, yeah. I have
like it
different
really
reasons
doesn't
because
like King
Carl
I've got
from
something
fucking-
against black
Sounds like
people.
he really
Go with
doesn't
that.
like black people, my
Go
dude.
with that.
It's all
Go
right.
with that. Go with
All right,
that.
dude. That's
I
all
don't
good.
like black
A
people.
lot of self-hating people out there. It's all good.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You sounded like you were a big Milo fan. Too, so,
Destiny,
Yeah.
the court. Okay, the ranting Roman.
Mhm.
The court can't cite it because then it needs fucking clear evidence.
And there
If you
is
think-
none.
If you
They
think
have
it's
no
racist,
evidence of voter fraud. That's my whole point, Andy. There is no
Yeah,
evidence.
yeah,
of
yeah.
voter fraud.
Almost done. If you think it's racist because it affects black voters, maybe it affects illegals.
Maybe that's what they were aiming for. It's almost like that's exactly what they said it was for.
Where's the evidence of that?
Holy shit, where's the evidence of the other end?
Mhm.
Where was it?
True.
Where's the evidence of the other end of them requesting voter breakdown by race and specifically targeting places that black people use?
Because illegal immigrants.
Do you know that illegal immigrants voted in the same places as black people? Nope. You're
Do
pulling
you?
it out your
Do
ass, my
you?
dude. Try again.
Do you?
Well, it's there. It's on. The onus is on them to make the case, my dude, and they didn't.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's how the legal shit works, my dude. I'm sorry. I know that really bothers you, but
You just the dishonesty, DesTiny. So about that lying about sharing a 15-year-old girl's picture in your chat. About that.
yeah, what about it, dude?
Why you do that? Why you lie about that? Why you share little girls'
I
pictures in your
forgot.
chat?
It's a fucking chat log from 2012, dude. My bad. I forgot about it.
From 2012, you don't remember sharing little girls' pictures in your chat.
Little girl? She's a fucking teenager or whatever. I probably
Oh,
shouldn't
so
do
now
it, but
she's
it's not
now we gotta up it up a little bit, right?
I'm not
Because we
upping
don't
it
want
up.
it to look
It's not
bad.
a nude fucking picture. The fuck is wrong with you? Why
What
are you
is
clinging on
wrong
this
with you?
so
Why are
hard?
you lying about it?
Because I forgot about it.
You
dude.
forgot
The logs
about it.
are all
You lied
public.
about it all
It's
day.
not like I'm hiding the fucking chat logs. I told you at the start of the conversation that there's a pastebin. I even invited you to go and look through the pastebin.
It's
You don't
not
even
in the paste bin where you posted it in the thing. It's
It
actually
is
in the video
the
over
pastebin.
here.
Where do you think all
That's
of
where
these
it's all.
chat logs-
That's where it's found over here. Is in
Where
the
do you
video.
think all the dude? The archive link that you're clicking is a link of the pastebin.
I got that.
Everything is out there. You can go read the whole thing if you want. I don't remember exactly what I fucking said in 20.
So why don't you just say why you shared the 15-year-old girl's picture with your chat there? Like,
Probably because that's what we were talking about.
oh, okay. So it's
I have a
okay. You're
question.
talking about it. So you just share little girls' pictures. You're cool. You're a very cool guy.
Sure, it wasn't a nude picture. Yeah, is that illegal?
This is why people want to snatch your little ass up. That
Snap-
reason.
why? Because they're mad as fuck. Because they're fucking retarded like you. Because you sit here and
Yeah,
like,
I'm retarded
talk a whole
because
bunch
I
of
don't
fucking
fuck
shit
with
and
little
you can't
girls.
name a
I'm
single fucking
retarded because
example
I
of
don't
any
fuck
of
with
the
little
things-
girls.
of
Am I
any of the
retarded
fucking
because I don't
things
fuck
you're
with little
talking about,
girls?
dude.
Am
don't
I
fuck with
retarded
little
because I
girls
don't fuck
either.
with little
That's why
girls?
That's why you're so
That's not
mad
what.
at
No,
me
that's
right
not
now.
what the fuck
That's why
those
you're
chat
so
logs
mad
look
right now,
like.
oh,
Not
did
what
you
the
post a
fuck those
picture
chat
of
logs
a
look like.
clothed 15-year-old
That's
girl
not
with
what
your
the
friends?
fuck
Like, blah,
those
blah,
chat
blah.
logs look like, motherfucker.
I didn't fuck any 15-year-olds. I never got nudes from any.
Looks like you
15-year-olds.
tried to.
Wait,
Looks
so
like you
fucking-
sure as
really?
fuck
I
tried to.
If there's a chick
You
that's
was
sending
gonna
me
meet
fucking
her.
pictures, if there's an underage
You
chick
was
sending me
gonna
fucking
meet
pictures,
her.
then why didn't I do it? Why didn't I do it?
I have a question for you, Destiny.
Well, no, I'm
from-
curious. Why didn't I do it, Tonka? If I'm so inclined to fuck 15-year-olds, why didn't I do it, buddy?
Maybe you got popped. Maybe somebody fucking got onto it. Maybe some
Really?
of your
And
people
nobody,
you didn't
and
want to
none of this got out, my dude. None
It
of
looks
got
like
out.
it
You
did
think
get
I
out,
killed-
brainchild.
Did I kill- What got
Looks
out?
like
Why,
it
why
did
are you
get
throwing
out.
me a log of me saying, yo, 15-year-olds can be hot sometimes? Why are you throwing me a log of this? If I'm fucking 15-year-olds, you don't think you'd have something a little bit more scandalous to throw at me?
What, will you tape it? You tape it when you fuck with little girls?
I feel like they would probably tell a friend. I feel like people would probably find out about this. Yeah, that seems like how things generally go. Or maybe you don't know this. I can't. It's a hard time telling what you do or don't know because holy shit.
I know what I'm looking at, brother.
Yeah. Okay. What's up, Andy?
Oh, fuck.
Your friends fucking with
hang on,
little girls,
chat,
Andy.
Your chat is running really hard. Hang on. Oh my god.
Seems to be a pretty big anti-pedo crowd out here.
When we say friends online, we're talking about YouTube online. And look, the reason I like DesTiny on my show is he butts heads with people and it's entertaining as fuck, in my opinion. I don't like, Kumite has changed me. I enjoy internet blood sports. I don't like this. Hello, today I'm going to be explaining my points on it's just boring.
Yeah, my dude.
debates.
I'm right, my dude.
So Andy, like the big
Randy Roman asks you, DesTiny, just real fast.
Well, hold on. Well, before all this, before we get into these, like, I just want to point out, like, something that's really frustrating me is that you get these people like Tonka that will say to you, Millennial Woes do this too. That's why he blocked me and he's too scared to talk to me. Tonka's just too stupid to realize he shouldn't be talking to me. But the problem is, like, people
Motherfucker, you're too stupid to realize you're too dumb to be talking to me. I will snatch your little fucking ass up, motherfucker. I will fuck your face. Fuck you. Get the fuck out of here, you little faggot.
Internet little tough guy.
I will fuck your face.
So, like, these
don't get it fucking split, kid. I'll fuck your fucking face.
Right? These people say like, "Oh, DesTiny did this, and DesTiny lies, and he bullies people," and then when you ask like, "Okay, well, give me an example of this," they don't have a single fucking thing to point to, Andy. Not
Except
a
for all those
time.
things I fucking pointed to, you fucking pedo. I pointed to plenty, you lying piece of shit.
Not a single fucking time. Yeah.
Andy, remember that court case? Andy, remember that fucking thing I said about JonTron in the debate and how he let him down? Andy, remember all those fucking other examples?
We had an economical debate, but you
what
can't
about
name
what
a
about the
question,
no?
a
What about the
single unfair
racial
thing I said.
stats? The racial stats.
He did bring up stuff. But here's the thing, DesTiny. He did bring up some points.
Like what? What was a specific thing that I did that was so bad?
Oh wow! It looks like the fucking FBI does keep up with these crime stats. DesTiny.
Hey, link that picture and tell me if it's sourced from the FBI at the bottom. I know
it's
that
not a
reading isn't your
picture,
strong
you
point.
stupid piece of shit. It's actually a web page. No, have a go.
Stats on it. The picture
No,
that
you
said
said they didn't keep up with it. You're a fucking liar. There it is. You said you would admit you were wrong.
Link the picture. Tonka,
not
link
the
my dude. Go
picture.
ahead.
The fucking link
Link
that
the
you said
picture that
doesn't
we were
exist.
talking about, Tonka.
No,
Tonka,
there's the picture that. No, stop
Tonka,
it, DesTiny. You
link
said
the
if I
picture.
could find this
Tonka,
link,
link
you
the
would
picture.
bow. Bow down.
Hey, Tonka.
Bow
Tonka,
down.
why don't you link the picture, my
Bow,
dude?
Steve.
Tonka.
Bow, Steve.
Hey, Tonka.
There's the link
Tonka,
you
why
said
don't you
didn't
link the picture?
exist. There is the link you said did not exist.
I didn't say that link didn't exist.
Yes,
Okay.
you fucking did, you lying piece of shit.
Tonka, I know that this is really hard for you.
I
okay?
know it's really hard
I know
for you to
maybe
admit
you
you're
think
wrong,
that
and that's how you
everything
end
in
up
the
fucking
government
with
is the
little
same,
girls.
but the Bureau of Justice Statistics, okay, is not the FBI.
Ooh,
These are
I
two
said
different
FBI.
things.
I said
Okay.
FBI. Why didn't you stop me when I said FBI? Because there's FBI, and I said FBI, and you said okay.
Okay, because the
So what's the
picture that you're
problem?
talking about.
I said
first-
FBI. You said
So,
okay. What's the
Tonka,
issue?
Tonka, you're wrong in so many ways right now, my dude.
No, DesTiny. I'm having a direct conversation with your little
Okay,
ass.
let's have a direct
I
conversation.
said
with your
FBI.
little
You
ass,
said
okay?
go. There it is.
So, Tonka, the picture, firstly, that you're talking about, sources the
Not
Bureau of
talking
Justice
about a picture.
Statistics,
We're talking
okay?
about a link now, DesTiny. It's a
Moving
link.
on
Are
past
you
this
familiar?
link, can you show me
We
on this
never
link?
got to the link, you little
Can you
fit,
show
you
me
little
on this
fucking
link?
piece of shit. What are
Can
you
you
doing?
show me on this link where is the breakdown of crime by income? I'll wait.
No one said there was one by crime of income. That was never
Then what
discussed,
was the
you little
original
shit.
picture? Then what was the original picture?
DesTiny, that you're arguing dishonestly, as you always do. Here
And
is the
do
link
you
you
think
said
that I
didn't
said that
exist.
there's no breakdown
Here's the
of
link
crime
you said
by
didn't
race?
exist.
Tonka, shut the fuck up. And
No,
listen
you
to me,
shut the fuck
okay?
up. I'm good
Do you
on
think
listening
that
to
I
your
said
lying
there's not a
pedophile
breakdown
ass.
of crime
There's the
by
fucking
race?
breakdown.
Obviously, there are
There's the
breakdowns of
fucking
crime by
pedophile
race.
shit.
The original
You've been
picture
blown the
wasn't
fuck
about the
out.
breakdown of
You've
crime
been
by
blown
race.
the fuck
The
out, you
original
lying
picture was
piece of
about
fucking
breakdown of
trash.
crime by
You
race,
slimy
by
piece of
income.
fucking
And you
shit.
haven't
You
posted
can
any
keep
links
talking
that
over all
that
you want,
confirm
but
that
there's
belief.
your fucking link and there's your
Holy
fucking
shit.
pedophile shit. They're both
Okay,
up there
so-
for you to look. You can
so-
kick fucking rocks whenever you're ready, Bilbo.
So, Andy, can you get him to link the original picture, please? I can't do it because he's like fucking. He's
No,
triggered
I'm
at
good
it.
on doing anything for you,
Can you
DesTiny.
get him
Because
to
there's
link-
the
Yeah,
link
yeah.
you said did
This
not
faggot-
exist.
This faggot in your fucking chat is saying Andy high fives pedophiles. Fucker, I brought down 3 fucking pedophiles. You fucking piece
Looks
of
like you
shit.
got another one in front of you, Andy.
So, Andy, the original picture that he's talking about was one that I believe it linked black people with income and crime. race, income,
Andy,
and
am I
crime
talking about a
with
picture or am I talking about a link that he said that?
That's what we were originally talking about.
That's
is
not
the
what we're talking
picture.
about now. I said the link.
Okay.
I said if I can present this
so
link.
tell me right now. Tell me.
Why are
do
you so
think-
triggered, Steve?
No, I just want to
Why
hear
are
if you actually
freaking
did it.
out, Steve?
Can you tell me,
Steve,
DesTiny?
stop
I
being
really
so
do think
triggered.
that
Stop
you
being
don't
so
think
triggered,
that
Steve.
anybody keeps breakdowns of crime by race.
Steve, calm
do you think
down.
that I think that?
Calm down, Steve. Calm down. Simmer down. Simmer down. It's okay. There's the link and there's your pedophile actions over there. So I don't know what you're even arguing.
Okay, Andy, are you here?
Mm-hmm.
Here you go, buddy. So this is the link. He's too scared to show it now because he knows he's wrong. This is the
I
link
never
that
said
I was originally called out on JonTron for making this link up, or that I originally said that this guy's making up.
Thick-headed little Lego
So
man.
if you look at this little graph, it breaks down homicide rates by income and by race. And I said when he brought this picture up that this is sourced by the Bureau of Justice Statistics. I originally said that they do not keep this type of data. That's what we were arguing about. Now he's linked me a breakdown of crime by race, which of course exists. I've cited this very same page before. Obviously this exists, but he has not claimed, or he has not linked anything that claims that we can tie together race and homicide and income, which is what this original picture is about.
Which I didn't say I was going to show
It
that
is.
picture.
Shut
I
the
said
fuck
I was
up.
going to show that
You're
link.
such a
I will not be shutting the fuck
You're
up,
such
you
a
little fucking
dishonest
piece
little
of shit.
cunt. You're so
No,
fucking
you're a
triggered.
slimy little god.
You didn't
You're a
even
piece
know
of
what
shit.
fucking state you were from, my dude. Holy
Oh,
shit.
I know what state I'm from.
Wait,
You're the one who
wait,
said
wait,
South
wait,
Carolina
wait,
in
wait,
two
wait,
streams.
wait,
You said
right.
South Carolina in
Wait,
two
wait,
streams, you
listen,
lying little
listen,
fuck.
listen.
Yeah, what's up,
Listen,
man?
All right. The reason I haven't confronted fucking DesTiny on this is because Tonka and him are battling. So I'll confront you, DesTiny.
Yeah, what's up?
All right. Did you post that picture of the 15-year-old?
In your
Yeah, I
chat.
mean, it looks like it.
Hang on, in the chat after knowing she was 15.
I guess if I said it, yeah. Sure.
In the video, yeah,
In the
he knew.
basement. Yeah, if that's what's in the
You
basement, yeah,
fucking lying
Why
little
would you
pedophile.
post that picture, dude?
Because we were talking about fucking 15-year-old
and-
fans.
And
I thought you posted that thinking that she was not. I mean, she was 18.
No, when she sent me the picture, I
But
thought
dude,
that she was 18.
If you
told
knew
you
she
you
was
gave him too
15,
much credit, Andy.
Yeah, if you knew she was 15, then why would you post that fuck? Okay, now this changes my perspective. I thought
you.
you thought,
It's not a nude picture,
you
Andy.
said-
It's not
you
a fucking nude picture.
but she's 15 in a bathing suit, dude.
Sure, it was a dumb thing to do. It's 5 fucking years ago. I'm not like going to sit here and tell you that I should
Then
be posting
stop
pictures
fucking
of it.
acting like it's fucking nothing and cut
you-
the
I didn't
bullshit
have
you're
to.
doing.
It's a 5-year-old fucking post.
You
of a
made it
catalog,
seem
dude.
like you
This
made
is
it
why
seem
people
like-
will beat your fucking ass.
Wait,
This is why they
you-
fucking
You're not
hate
beating
you.
anybody's
Wait,
ass.
wait,
You
wait.
can't
Dude,
even
I'd
find
beat the
fucking-
fuck
Wait,
out of
listen.
you.
Five
Don't
year old
kid
in on a
yourself.
fucking map.
Don't
Oh,
kid
shit,
yourself. I'd
motherfucker.
fuck the shit out of you.
You made it seem like the moment you found out. And by the way, if anyone wants to like be careful or double check.
Yeah, that when I found out that she
Yeah,
was
wait,
18,
wait,
that she was under 18, I stopped talking to her. Yeah,
earlier
You
in
fucking
this
linked the
chat-
15-year-old, you
Hey,
fucking
listen,
piece of shit.
Earlier in this chat, if you rewind it, the moment you found you said the moment you found out she was 15, you backed off. But
And you
from-
deleted it. You
That's a
got rid
lie.
of it. You're a
I
fucking
stopped
liar.
talking to her and I like removed my.
You're a
the shit
fucking
off Skype
liar.
and shit. Yeah.
I thought you thought she was 18, and then you probably shared the picture. But no, you lied. Not only
No,
did you-
dude. Why? No, I didn't. I
You
didn't
said
think
you
she was 18 to
forgot,
share the
but no-
picture. It was in the context of the conversation, Andy.
No, you
Dude,
fucking
if you
lied. You're a
Holy
fucking
shit.
lying
You
so
dumb
said-
fuck.
triggered, dude. Sit
Hey,
the fuck
Destiny.
down.
Yes,
kid.
I get
Holy
triggered by
shit.
pedophiles. I will
Why
fuck your
wanna sit
fucking
here
face,
like,
and don't you
dig
kid
through
yourself
a fucking
about it.
chat log from 2012. I don't
Wait,
know. I
wait.
probably said a lot of fucking stupid shit.
I
back then.
imagine
Yeah,
that if
I
you were a
posted picture.
fucking
It was fucking
pedo in
stupid.
2012, you're probably
But it's not
fucking
a
one
stupid
now.
fucking picture. I'm not doing
Destiny.
anything illegal. I'm not
Beat
sharing
your
fucking
goddamn
child porn.
ass.
This guy is
Destiny.
triggered out of his fucking
Hey,
mind.
Destiny.
Your
Fucking
goddamn
Destiny.
ass.
Yeah, what's
Destiny.
up?
If you forgot what happened, then why did you make up a story and tell us that earlier?
I didn't forget what happened for shit.
You fucking
what-
lied. There was nothing
Jim-
about the
Jim
earlier
brought
story
up-
that's
Jim
true, you
brought up
fucking
something about-
liar.
Jim brought up something about talking about the
And
tits.
you
The
made
only thing that I
shit
remember
up.
from that conversation was talking about the tits of the original girl that I was talking about. If you scroll down in that
A
conversation, there's
15-year-old man?
No. The one who originally leaked these logs. Okay, I thought that that's what I was talking about. If you scroll down at the end of the conversation, you see that's what we're talking about. I forgot that it happened in the beginning. I'm sorry, dude. I did. It's legitimately my mistake. I'll own it. It was my mistake. I referenced it obviously in these
That's
chat logs.
disturbing,
But
my
again,
man.
like these chat logs are fucking 5 years old, dude. I don't remember every fucking thing that I said in them. I
How
know
old
that
were
I
you then?
I know
How old
I don't
were
know,
you?
probably 23, I guess.
Dude, you can't be fucking posting fucking pictures of fucking 15-year-olds in their bathing suit. You know that, right?
Okay, sure. Yeah, sure. And I wouldn't do it now. I don't do it now. I think it's pretty wrong. I mean, it was stupid to do it back then. There's a lot of fucking stupid shit back then. Sure.
It's not pretty wrong. It's very wrong.
I mean, they're not nude pictures, but yeah, I would agree with you. But like this guy over here is acting like I'm literally fucking 15-year-olds and sharing their fucking nudes.
You're
like,
sharing
these were pictures
their
that the
fucking
chick had
pictures,
posted on
and
her
you
fucking
know that they're
Facebook.
15. You're
These
talking
are
about her
pictures.
sexually in your
They're
fucking
literally-
chat
they're
logs.
literally
Why are you
talking about
pretending you're
sexually.
not
We're
talking about her
not
sexually?
hooking up with 15-year-olds.
You're talking about how you were gonna hook up with her.
Somebody said, just
Not
tell her
somebody,
not to,
you
somebody,
little piece of shit.
Somebody,
Hey,
so
wait,
I
wait.
said, I
Hey,
said
Destiny,
he wants to
Destiny.
meet and hook up, and the
God,
guy
I'm gonna
said,
snap
yeah.
this
Tonka,
little
And I
Tonka.
said, dude, she's 15. What the fuck?
Hey, hang on. I have someone who wants to hop in. By the way, I closed the chat, Tonka. It's unreadable at this point. And that fucking Carl guy is
There's like
just
2,000
he's calling me an
people in this
SJW right now because he's a fucking faggot who doesn't know how to fucking make it an actual insult. Anyway, the girl who sent me the DM, you could swing on in, by the way. You're an SJW, Andy. I've been spending my fucking 2 years bashing SJW.
Wait, this
fucking...
isn't Aiden, is it?
No. She doesn't want to talk to you either. Don't worry.
Okay, that's good.
All right.
Wait,
So,
is Roman
person,
millennial?
hop in, girl. No, not Roman
The
Millennium.
Guardian says he clearly heard Destiny stated that as soon as he found out about the girl being 15, that he broke contact and
That's
deleted
why
everything
I'm
he got from
mad.
her. We all heard that, Guardian. He's full of shit.
Yeah, that's what
He's
I pretty
fucking
much thought
busted.
I admit it. Like I might have remembered.
Lied.
You didn't remember it wrong. You fucking lied. If
Andy,
you don't
one
remember,
second.
you say you don't remember. You don't make up a fucking story, you little piece
Andy,
of
at the
shit.
beginning of the conversation, I specifically said if you want to go through the pastebin, we can go through it. I don't remember every fucking thing I said 5 fucking years ago in a chat log.
God, I want to face fucking with my fist so bad. God, fuck this little piece of shit.
You triggered my dude? You sound pretty triggered.
Oh, I'm triggered as fuck. I would fuck your face up so bad right now.
Shit,
if I
I'm
had
sure
the
you
chance.
would, my dude.
I would
You sound
snatch
so
your little
mad right
ass
now.
up so
Oh,
fucking
God,
quick.
You sound so mad, dude.
Oh, I'm mad. I would fuck you.
You
I
sound
would
so
fuck
triggered
you,
right now.
you little bitch.
I'm such an internet tough guy.
Fuck you till
so
you love
mad.
me,
I would
faggot.
fucking-
I
if
would
found
fuck you
real
till
life,
you
I would
love me,
fuck the shit
faggot.
out. I would
Oh,
beat
yeah.
you up so
Oh,
hard. I would punch you
Oh,
in
yeah.
the fucking face. I
Oh,
would beat
yeah.
Yo,
you.
girl, yo, come in here. Where the
Fucking
fuck are you?
Andy.
Wait, it's not
Come-
it's not Brittany, is it, Andy?
Why?
Oh God.
Why?
Okay.
Because he.
I can only handle.
You
like,
know what this reminds me, by the way, Destiny?
yeah, what's up?
Onision, dude.
You're very Onision, you little bitch.
Thanks,
Very
I'm trying to-
Onision.
Okay, girl, come in here, fucking Brittany Venti or whatever the fuck her name is. I've heard of her.
Hello?
Okay, hold on,
There
Andy.
she
Andy
is.
I'm just gonna give you a warning right now. I can only handle so much of this, so I might dip in like.
Oh,
5
you
or 10
can't
minutes,
handle me,
'cause this is, like,
Destiny? Can't handle
after the
me?
last like
Yeah?
absolute like fucking anal like raping I gave you, yeah, I can't
Oh
do this
man,
again.
it must suck to be ambushed by several people that are friends with each other, doesn't it, Destiny? And then call it and label it a debate and then put it on your channel, huh?
You mean like every time I go into conversations with you where they're like